Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. It is Friday, May 9th, 2025, and we are live at the Hive. All right. I'm 2 minutes late. I got to I squirreled. I said, ooh, my Carta. And I was playing with knives, and I was like, I think I have about 5 minutes left. I looked at my watch. I was like, oh, crap. It's time for the live stream. Hey, welcome. If you're just getting in or if you're watching this after the fact, I'm going to show you new knife releases and a new flashlight that nobody has yet, just yet. But I have a link and a discount code and all that fun stuff. But we're going to have a lot of freaking fun tonight. We're going to do a giveaway. It's a mystery knife giveaway. That's going to be a lot of fun. And besides talking about the new knives and upgrades and knives that I've never handled before, a couple that I was like, how in the world do you operate these things? We are going to go through it all. We're going to talk about snacks. That always pops up in the live stream. Mrs. Beez will come down. The dog will come down. Everyone likes to see Bogey. He's the star of the show, right? But if you like knives, everyday carry gear, flashlights, anything that's cool, that's what we go over. That's what we talk about. This is the place that we get to do it, right? I want to send a big shout out to all of our veterans, past, present, and future. And also a shout out to all the members of law enforcement and our first responders out there. Thank you for what you do. And all of our channel members and our moderators, all the moderators on the live stream to keep this thing going and keep the dirty comments out, because we are a family friendly live stream. We have families that have this up on the TV in the living room while the kids are playing and kids are watching and all that kind of fun stuff, right? So keep it clean. And then also, we don't talk about politics or religion. We keep it nice and neutral. This is the place where you get to hang out. It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Top Dog 8762 is in the Hive. And Dwayne K, hello Dwayne, and Tim B. These are channel members. Twisted Sis 76, Christopher Wheeling, Michael Warren. How are you all doing today? War Room EDC and Mr. Sonny Robinson. Oh yeah, I love it. I love seeing that everybody's coming in to hang out on the live stream. And I am not allowed to have caffeine tonight because I have to work tomorrow. I have to get up early in the morning. So I have a cornucopia of non-caffeinated. I went through the fridge and I was like, what can I drink? I like fizz. It helps me, let me clear my throat. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. It's going to be one of those nights. Hello, Mr. Toe Jammer and family. I'm doing quite well. Thank you very much for asking, sir. Oh yeah, nothing like some Colgate and Sprite together. What a what a wonderful combination. And I'm going to run upstairs and get some blinker fluid because somebody said blink, and I just realized the one thing I forgot to get before, and I'm going up 2 stairs at a time, was my blinker fluid. Now I've got my blinker fluid. And you know what? I reviewed some very cool knives today. One of them is going to be tomorrow. Another one is going to be Sunday. Those videos, I've already edited a couple of the videos that are coming out in the next couple of days. Very, very cool knives. One of them is the new Tempest Knives Downdraft. Chef's kiss. Very, very nice knife. Very nice. Hello, Gary Graham. How you doing? Doke Davis said, if my wife has $100 for a carton of Marlboros, should I have the same amount for a knife budget? Absolutely. If tell her to quit that habit, and you'll have enough money for knives for you and a lot more stuff for her. That's a very expensive habit. Splitting Slices said, howdy, Bees, mods, and all at Live at the Hive. By the way, say hi. I said hi to MC for you. Thank you, man. Thanks for saying hi to Metal Complex. If you're watching Metal Complex right now, hopefully you're watching Beez at the same time. That way, you know, get the cred in. Definitely, if you're watching Duel right now, if you're over at Metal Complex, send him a couple Beez emojis. Tell him Beez said hi. Much love from the Hive. Jim Miller said the Rhino is sick. Downdraft is sicker. The Remet Rhino. I didn't even know that there was a new fancy version out. Here's a link. I'm putting it right there on your screen. This one right here. I didn't even know this was a thing. So if you like the Remet Rhino, but you wanted a little fancier, Mr. Fancy Pants, then yeah, look at that. What's up, Aaron Stender? How you doing? Gary Graham, he said it was 82 today. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I have a banner I'm going to put up here to remind people We are live. Sit back, snack a flap, snick a flap, flap a, what do you call it? A snack a flap. Glad I don't smoke anymore or drink, Seb 10 Titus. Yeah, same here, man. That's too very expensive. I mean, imagine if you drink like a lot or you smoke a lot and you quit, imagine all the knives that you can then afford. That's a lot. Yeah, I smoked cigarettes for I don't even know how many years. Gunner, what's up, Gunner? He said, guess what I just heard? Original goat scales make scales for the Kaiser drop bear now. Oh, really? Really? None for now said, trying to say hi. Got to read my daughter a story now. All right, go read your daughter a story and then come back, man. Leave it playing, bro. Gary Graham said, Mr. Beez, I got the Spyderco Delica 4. Ooh, very nice, dude. The Delica 4 is nice. It's like almost weightless. I have the one in the red and black Zome scales with the, I think it has 20 CV steel, but it's like you don't even know it's in your pocket. You can have that when you've got like jogging shorts on or just light khakis. You won't even know you have something in your pocket. It's so lightweight, but it is a laser. It's a laser. Oh, look at this, Mr. Terry T-Rex with the $5 super chat. What's up, Terry? How you doing, man? Kathleen Smith said hello from Arizona. Soul Search is in Florida. Oh, yeah. Where is everybody at? Moonlight Patriot, what's up, man? He said, Hive stirs. Sup. Guy at work, he always says, bruh. Top Dog said, Terry T-Rex in on first. Yeah, Terry T-Rex is the first tonight to heat up the hive. Can you feel the warmth? Can you feel the honey flowing? What's up, Micro? What's up, Marco? I almost said macro. How you doing? My contacts do work. I need some new ones. But Twisted Sis said, still in Texas. Gary Graham said, Benson, North Carolina. Yeah, it's always cool to hear where everybody is watching from and where you're hanging out from. I had this in my pocket today for fun. Look at this thing. I got that from Scotty H. Look at that and all its craziness. Do you like tactical? If you like tactical, that is very. Bless you. You guys might have been able to hear that. Mrs. Beez, whoo, boy, she can sneeze. Eric Grimm said, hey, Beez, I got my parakeet. Ah, very nice. Your parakeet came in. That is very cool, dude. Jacob Bowman said, what's up, Beez and friends? What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Blake Bergansky said, Mr. Beez, how are you doing today? Hello, everyone in the hive. I'm well. You know, I had a good day. It was a good day. It went really fast. Did a lot of beezblades stuff, and did some what do you call it, filming. And my day went by extreme. My Fridays are packed. I slept in this morning. I got, I don't know, a good 7.5 hours of sleep last night. I couldn't believe I slept so long. My body feels refreshed. I won't be able to stay up as late tonight though, because I have to work in the morning. Moonlight said, oh, knocking out my thumb studs. That's all. Knocking out my thumbs up. That's all. What's up with you, sir? Terry T-Rex said, I'm out in Cumberland, Maryland tonight, delivering 0200. So the hive has to help me stay awake. Oh man, Terry, he's got to deliver at 2 in the morning. Aaron D got a pair of Concept Apollos today and swapped the inlays so he could have a black DLC with the jungle wear. Now, see, you knife guys, you knife gals, you knife collectors, you think of some good stuff when you get the 2 knives and do the swap skis like that. Splitting Slices said, I really want that TK downdraft, but really want the Concept Bison. Oh yeah, the Bison. Oh yeah, that's a biggin. That's a biggin. I'm waiting on the Bison to arrive. I cannot wait to check that out. Blake said, sleep in, what's that? I'm up at 3 a.m. every morning. Sleep in, what's that? Oh, I get it. No comma. Addicted to Blades, how you doing, Addicted to Blades? You having a good evening, kind sir? Did you guys see this? All you flashlighty fans? What do you think about that bad boy? The new Woobin X4 and all of its Woobin-ness, all kinds of different light light options. I mean, this thing has more bells and whistles than bells and whistles. You got your side light. You have a, what do you call this thing over on the, what do you call that? You got the wheel for the side light. And then what else we got? There's so many different options on this thing. You can hold that down and go over to the colors, and you can change the colors. You can make the colors, what do you call it? You can make them, you can change the colors, red, green, blue, purple, all the different colors. You can double tap and get the beacon. Or if it's off, if you double tap, you can get the double light beacon, which is very cool. Very, very nice. Or you can hold it down and just have whatever color you want. And when it's on, if you hold it down, you switch to the side light. So there's a lot, and you use the wheel to go through the brightness levels, right? So that wheel is very nice, very, very nice. And then it has 1,500 lumens of power, of raw power. And you can go all the way down to, I think it's 5 or 10. Oh yeah, look at that, down to moonlight mode. Or you can just crank it with the wheel, which is very cool. Very, very cool. And then there's a mode that's just moonlight. And when it's off, use this tail cap. Hear that? Let me move my little deal here. Ed's Blade said red and orange and pink and gray, purple, orange, and blue. I can see a rainbow. And then when it's on the regular light mode, I mean, there's 4 modes that are easy. Oh yeah, let's see. I have Woobin. They already have like a bajillion. This is going to come out soon. They must have done a Kickstarter because I don't know. Sometimes like when Kaiser or the bigger companies do a Kickstarter, they know it's going to come out. There must be some advantage to having it made faster or knowing that they need to make even more than they thought. That's what I suspect. Because like within a half a day, they had like 60,000 and their goal was like 1,500. I'm like, what? So I guarantee the only reason they did a Kickstarter, or like my best guess, is so they would know we need to make way more than we thought we did. But see the different modes. Let's see. How can I show you guys? See the different modes right here? I don't know which way is up. You've got lock. Let's see, where's my finger? You got lock, side light, front light, and then all moonlight. So right now I have it on the front light mode. So the tail cap, you hit this tail cap, and it's just instant 1,500 lumens. So, oh yeah, you can also do that. And you know, it's really cool. The strobe light on this thing is like multi-strobe. It's not just, it goes, it's if you're sensitive to strobing light, close your eyes right now. Look what it does. Kind of like a police car. It like switches between different modes of flashing. Whew, shagadelic, baby. This thing is pretty darn cool. I don't even know how much they cost, but I don't know, unless one of you guys got in on it already. But the side light, oh, and it's magnetic also. And this runs on an 18650. If you look on the bottom right here, right there's the lock and the unlock. Let me unlock it. What's up, David Coolest? Been a member for 28 months with a super chat. He said, hello, Beez. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. Hello, David. I think we are, man. We're starting the knife out right. And see how I have it unlocked? You just push right here, and then you can pop the door up like this. And then here is the 3400 mAh, 3.7 volt, 18650. How about them apples? Ed's Blade said a great flashlight is such an underestimated self-defense tool. Yeah, if you were like, and someone would not be able to see you or know what they're doing. And at nighttime, especially, once you've had that flash in your eyes, even when the light stops, you can't see. You can't see anything. What's up, SC Knife Monkey? Gunner said, my Surefire rifle lights both use that type of bulb. Oh, really? I don't even know what type of bulb it is. What's up, Bionic? How you doing? look, it's got all kinds of bulbage going right there. It's got bulbage for days. I had, well, no, I'll wait till Mrs. Beez comes down to tell you what we had for dinner. It was really good. Splitting Slices just put up a link where you can get in on this dude right here, the Woobin X4. And the pocket clip on this one works very well. If you remember I think it's the X2 that was real popular. That one's pocket clip was super rough, but this one, easy in and out of the pocket. But I just like that there's so many lines and just so much to it. There's not a lot to it. It's simple to operate, but yet it's just, you know, it has all kinds of bells and whistles. I think it's pretty darn cool. What's up, Douglas Wagner? How you doing, man? Did anybody get any new knives this week? That's what we're talking about, people, is knives and gear and baby Sprite. It's just a baby. It's just a baby. Hey, Mike and Ikes, how you doing? Said, I always look forward to these Friday evening lives. Thanks, man. I do too. I really do. It's a cornucopia of funness just hanging out with everybody. Let's see. So, did you guys see this? I can't remember what this one's called, but one of the oddest, if not the oddest knife I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen some odd ones, but not in person. Hand this to someone and see if they can figure out how to open it. They will look at it very perplexed. This has been out for a long time, but I guess this is a newer model. I'm not sure, or a newer version. I think maybe I don't know if it's newer because it's coated, maybe, but I think it was a re-release in 2024, I think. Mick Ranger's been a member for 6 months with a super chat. He said, oh, baby, nothing like chilling in the hive. What's up, Mick Ranger? How you doing, man? Mark Durr, what's up, Mark? He said, greetings, bees from the wilds of Wisconsin. I'm Marty Schaefer. Dwayne K said, I have a new gray pyrite light in S90V in my mailbox. I need to get out. Ooh, dude, the pyrite light in S90V is the bee's knees. Jim Miller said, Schrade made one years ago. Really? Yeah, I can't remember the name of this. I'm sure someone will look it up. But yeah, you hand this to someone and say, yeah, open it. They will sit there and be like, what the heck? And you push down. Let's see, which direction am I here? Let's do it like this so you can see. You push down right here, or no, you push up. Let's see. I can't do this backwards. Let's see. Yeah. So because I'm right-handed, you push down and then you can pull it out. And it's pretty much, I mean, maybe if you practice, you'd be able to do it with one hand. I haven't practiced. This is the pocket clip. If you take the pocket clip off, you can take this and swing it 360 degrees. Blade down, push up. Blade down, push up. Blade down, push up. No, it's blade down, push down. See how you have this right here has a little bit of traction on the inside right there. If you push down, then you can swing. Well, I'm got to be careful doing this. You push down and swing out like that. Splitting Slices said less than 1 month away, the world's largest knife show, Blade Show Atlanta. Oh yeah, can't wait. Aries EDC said just got a TRM Bulldog with the contoured handles that are really good. The Bulldog is pretty nice. I checked that out at River's Edge Cutlery. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. Ed's Blade said, I just got the Chavez Blue Label Redencion drop point. Love it. Ooh, we got some Mr. Fancy Pants knives in here tonight, boys and girls. Gunner said, in a knife, you do not hand a newbie. Yes, I guaranteed. You don't hand this to a new knife person and have them and try to figure out how to open it. Now this one is not so bad. This one just has a different lock that I've never seen before. Let me see. Let's get something to wipe it off here. And it has a really strong detent. Like I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I know what the deal is. It's kind of locked unless you push on the thumb stud. But this one's a blade lock. Look at that thing. Has really good texture on it. Bionic said, I don't hand any knife to a newbie. Ed's Blade said, I hail from the first state, Delaware. Steve said, Beez, the CRKT is so easy to open that even a 3-year-old can open it. Dude, seriously. Hey, everybody, do this. Okay, here's a link. Hold on. Okay, everybody go here and look at this and tell me if you're going to get one of these. Go check that out. Just click on that and then come back and tell me, are you just say yes, no, or maybe. I'm curious. Fred the Lug said, hello, I'm Fred, watching from New York City. He said, anyone here going to Sturbridge, Massachusetts knife show tomorrow? Trying to see if any of this community will make a showing. Oh, dude, stick around. Right now, there's about 90 people in here. In about an hour or two, there'll be almost 300. Usually we're around 250 to 300, depending on the night. And there's got to be someone else in here that's going to be going to that tomorrow. I think that'll be really cool to talk to someone in person that was at the live stream. That is cool stuff. Top Dog said yes. Mike and Ike said no. Dwayne K said no. Steve said no. Moonlight said get the rope. Needs more jimp. Ed said yep. Watch City Knives said I don't know anything about that, and I live in Waltham, Massachusetts. Oh, Clover said yes. Moonlight said yes, I would if. Corey said no. Sonny Robinson said good chance. Sebald C said I have to say no, but like the knife. So this one is called a blade lock. And I think this is another re-release from CRKT. Because the way you release the way you unlock the knife is with the thumb stud. Very, very different. I kind of want to take this apart to see what the guts look like, to see what it looks like on the inside. I have some guesses of what it might look like, because obviously when you push this down like this, that's going to be something similar to how a liner lock works, is what I'm guessing. I'm trying to show you in a way you guys can see. But you push this down, then you can close the knife. It does have some really nice milled G10 on it. It's very nice, very, very nice. Bionic said, is the steel 4116? The steel on this one is 14C28N. So this one's 14C. Now, the steel on the whatever you call this one, I can't remember. I don't know. Let's see. I don't have the name of it, but I do have the link where you can see what it looks like. Here's the link if somebody wants to go and tell me what the name of this is. The steel on this is a steel I've never heard before. I don't remember what it is, but I was like, what in the world is that steel? Daily Gear Guide said, got that new Civivi with the super lock. Which one is that? Is that the one with like the snack lock? Or I'm trying to remember. I do have a Civivi with the super lock. I just can't remember what it is. The CRKT Snap. Okay. Bionic said 14C. I might have to get one. Yeah, I mean, with it being 14C, the different factor, because it's different, makes it very neat. It looks neat. And yeah, I don't have any other knives that open or close like that. I like the wheels. You know what would be really neat for fidget guys is if those wheels spun and you could spin them like zzz, zzz. That might be neat. Look up close. It has pretty good jimping on it also. Chad said, I pre-ordered that new Civivi Superlock upgrade of the Vision FG. Oh, Oh, okay. Bionic said, I'm shocked they used 14C. Well, you know what? I mean, I got to hand it to CRKT. They're trying. They're making strides. Because used to, all of their steels were mystery steels, right? You never knew what they were. But they've put out a bunch. They've put out quite a few knives in the last couple of years with S30V and S35. So they're definitely giving it a go. Here's one of their newer ones. Can't remember the name of this one either. Here, if you go, all I have is this is the link. I don't even know what site that goes to, but I know that if you go to that link, you will see this knife. Like you probably have to scroll down about one scroll. You'll see this one right here. I don't remember the name of this one either. I should have put up my other link that had the names of them. Gunnar said Sandvik makes great steel. This one, what steel does this one have? It doesn't say. I'm wanting to, wait a minute, maybe it does. Nope. Buzzetti design. I can't remember if this is like S30V or I can't remember. It has a hollow ground blade. Dwayne said, Beez, can you open the walker with the jimping where a flipper would usually be on top right of blade when closed? Can you open the walker with the jimping where the flipper would usually be on the top right of blade when closed? Oh, you're talking about up here. Let's see, like a what do you call it? Like a front flipper? Oh, you know what? This knife, when it closes, it locks closed. So the only way to open it is by pressing that. So that's kind of like a security lock. Let's see. Yeah. So you cannot open this or close it without depressing the thumb studs. Don't be depressed. So the thumb stud, you have to push the thumb stud down to open it. So it's not going to open in your pocket. That's pretty darn cool. It's locked. Bionic said, I haven't bought a CRKT in forever because the steels were always blah. Yeah, I know. Like you would spend $70 and get 8 CR. Is that real carbon fiber? Said Bionic. As far as I know, where's it ready to go? Yeah, this looks like real carbon fiber. Where's my flashlight? The party's over. Time to call it a night. Oh yeah, that's carbon fiber for sure. Let's get an up close look-ski. There you go. Look at that. A little bit of carbon fibre for you. Huh. There's little some kind of little holes. Oh yeah, that's a neat looking pivot. Look at that. That is a very cool looking pivot. But yeah, got some carbon fibre going on right there. Top Dog said the CRKT Padawan. Yes, it's the Padawan. Right here's the link to where you can get the Padawan. Right here is the cheapest place that I found where you can get the Padawan. That will take you. The CRKT site is more expensive, and so is Amazon. This one is 14C28N. The CRKT Padawan with a hollow ground blade. I like me some hollow ground, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bionic said, I'm looking at it now. It's 100, but looks good. How much is it on Blade HQ? I think my link that I just put up there will take you to Blade HQ. How much is it there? Chad said, CRKT doesn't usually put their metal identification on the blades, correct? That is correct. It seems like they might have on one or two of the S30V models, which was smart. BFV Gunner said Taiwan or USA. I don't, does CRKT make anything in the USA? I'm not sure that they do. It's a USA company and they're proud to be a USA company, but they outsource their stuff. What's up, Cliff Spear? He said, hello, beezbladers. 99 watching and only 72 likes. What? Hit the thumbs up button. So it's $100. The CRKT Walker is 86. So it looks like this one is a hundo. So you, Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's because CRKT they outsource their parts and they put them together. They assemble them, and it's USA workers that assemble them. Maybe that's part of the price. Gunner said I used to, but shifted a lot in the late zeros. The Padawan. Troy's review said I love the Taiwanese knives. I have a few of them, and they're all great. This one is actually pretty comfy in the hand. It has good action. That pocket clip just misses my hand. Bionic said the Padawan's 100 on Blade HQ, but I'm going to check White Mountain. Blake said got a Chavez scapegoat this week and a Best Tech swordfish button lock today. Oh, very nice. Congrats, man. Corey, what's up, man? He said, hey, Beez, what's your Grail knife? Right now, I own my Grail knife, but I need, what is my new Grail? That I've been looking for a new Grail, and I figure that I will probably come across it at Blade Show. Now, I have my CRK, or Chris Reeves knives. Yeah, my CRK Sabenza 31 large, but I kind of want the Tonto version, but I hate to buy a whole other knife just for the Tonto. Jim Miller said CRKT was quality mid-range knives in the 80s. Taiwan not good work, does good work. Lots of Benchmades from the late 90s and early O's were Taiwan made. Here's the new Remet Rhino with the H, making sure to everyone pronounce Rhino right now and say Rhino, Rhino. And also say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. That's a pretty good looking knife. Not too shabby. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. They have this one, and then they also have the they do a really good job. Here's a link to two different versions. They have this one, and then the one with the like the copper carbon fiber, the foil carbon fiber, I believe is the one it is. Has a nice solid feel to it. Say cool, say whip. Say it together. Cool Whip. BFV Gunner said, I still have my blacked out CRKT Corkum medium. Splitting Slices said, Beez, I'd happily swap my X-Acto knife set with the interchangeable blades for your CRK. Get it off your hands. I bet you would. I'll have my CRK till the day I die. Hopefully, if I don't lose it. That'd be terrible. That'd be just terrible. So here's the link to these bad boys, the Sasaya and the Lyrid. Here's the Sasaya. This is a Schillen cutter style blade. Cool Whip. Dwayne K said, how did Remet do the lock system on the Rhino? Is it a button liner lock or just a button? By Minin. I think it's a regular plunge lock. Let's look. Yeah, it's a plunge lock. A button plunge lock. Ooh, that has a nice ting to it. Wait a minute. Make sure I don't cut myself. It goes ting. Did you guys hear that? Bionic said, my only CRKT is the squid, and it's in the bathroom drawer used to open toilet paper rolls. So here's the Sasaya. What say you? This is the wood version. And I'm really surprised. They CJRB came out with the new AR, let's see, spray form SF2 steel. But they're not making stuff in the SF2 steel, or are they? What's up, Lord Loki? Oh, this one has they have a knife ting. King. Has a nice ting to it. Here's a G10 version. So, you know, I figured this is probably one that people that don't like it being as big and as pointed down as the Nightshade, and they want something with a little longer handle like this. I mean, the geometry is good. It has good geometry. It's going to be a slicer just because whenever you have a blade shape like this, it's going to be a slicer as long as your blade stock's not thick, and it's not thick. It has a nice, Bionic said they are, but not lately. Gary Graham said, Mr. Beez, I'm still a Spyderco and Swiss Army knife guy. Heck yeah, dude. I'm all about it. I carry a Swiss Army knife 365 days a year. I always have a matter of fact, I have two. I think I have two Swiss Army knives on me. Yeah, I do. I have my Swiss Army knife 580 with the fingernail clippers. And then I have my little baby Swiss Army knife with the B on it in the left pocket. How about that? Hey, you guys, hit the thumbs up button real quick. Let's see if the number goes up. I want to see if it goes up. I'm going to see how quick you can make the number go up. Ready, go. Late on said, I meant chillin'. Bionic said the Prado and Pyrite Light are SF2 versions. Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to make some more knives in the SF2. Like they put out new releases, but the new releases are in the AR RPM 9. I'm like, if you got the SF2, just put the SF2 out, or at least put out one of each, right? What's up, Dog One? How you doing? What's up, Emmett Williams? Grim Drake's in the hive. What's up, Grim Drake? Has good action. Has a nice, boy, I like that ting when you open it. Ting. Bionic said, I know. SF2 needs more exposure. Travis said, what do you have against February 19th? I don't know what that means. Jesse said, evening all. Seattle here. Aaron D said, if I hit it, the number goes down. What? Lord Loki, happy birthday yesterday. Lord Loki turned a big 3-7. Jim Miller said, Dog One was exhausted. Went to sleep before the hive. How you doing, Jim? Here's the CJRB Lyrid. Copy. Paste. Here's the Lyrid. I have the black and the green version, the OD green. Real quick, let's see who answers first for fun of it. What does OD stand for when you say OD green? OD green. Nice kind of raindrop pattern, I guess. Look at that. Jim Miller said, great tonight, Beez. Thanks. Well, thanks for the update, bro. Olive drab. Mike and Ike said, old dog. Olive drab would be correct. OD green. Michael said, Beez, need your email, my friend. That little grand arrived for the winner of the giveaway last week. I'll get it to you, man. I didn't get to email tonight until right after we got done eating, and then I ran out of time and had to come down and set up for the live stream. So one thing I didn't get to do was very much email today. I will send it to you, my friend. Lanyard Man said, flat dark earth. Brian F said, what's up, knife fam? Been lurking. CRKT USA made knives are done by Hogue Beez, but only a few versions and all expensive. I bet so. Emmett Williams said, I hope that Home Depot calls me in for a job next week. Oh, yeah. Ooh, if you work at Home Depot, do you get a discount? I would love a new shed. Mine's not looking too good. Sebald said, is the OD green a sheep's foot? Oh, here's what the blade looks like. Here's the black one. Yeah, it is definitely sheep's footy. It's not a pokey one. Christopher Wheeling said, autocorrect tried to change it to the olive crab. Olive Mr. Crab. Krabby Patty. Here's a look. Where's some light? Look at that texture. How's that for some texture? Would you look at it? Just look at it. And it has a reversible clip, which is reversible. Yeah, AR-RPM 9. This is a Bionic said, I like this knife. So yeah, there's a black version, and then here is the is that stone washed? Kind of a polished stone wash look. There you go. Just look at that. Ed's Blades just celebrated being in the Army for 30 years. Wow, congratulations, man. Thank you for your service. Yeah, so nice worker knife. I think these are only like $38, I think. I don't know. Here's a link. I don't know what all I have is the links. I just put the link up to the Sasaya and the Lyrid. This is the Lyrid. I'm wanting to say it's $38. Maybe I'm wrong. $38? Alice Days said, I would assume CJRB just doesn't have enough SF2 to use on all their knives yet. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe they haven't made it quite enough yet. That's a good thought. I'm glad you thunk it. Yeah, this would be a nice worker knife. It's lightweight. You're still going to be able to do utility cuts with it just fine. The point is nice and low. I mean, here's your pivot. The point is down here, so that works very well. Oh, look at this. Mr. Ken Faulkner with a $20 super chat. He said, hello, Beez Bladers. What's up, Ken? Ken, are you ready for Blade Show, bro? What's the official countdown, man? It's, oh my gosh, it's not even a month away. What is today? Today the 9th? Today's the 9th. Blade Show Atlanta 2024 is going to be here in a hot second. Oh my goodness. Not goodness, goodness. Chad said, I have the Lyrid, Olatan's Geo 62, and the Raccoon, all in cleaver blades. Sebald C said, CJRB is cooking. Blake said, Beez is doing good tonight, everyone. He's already eaten dinner and no bathroom runs so far. Whew, last week, luckily I made it till the end, but whew, boy, man, that was rough. Thanks for reminding me, Blake. Thank you for the $20, Ken. Oh my gosh, yeah, last week I had to make the bathroom run a couple times. I was like, okay, I gotta finish. I gotta get out of here. Yeah. Let's see. This is fun. General Zod said that was funny last week. Oh my gosh, 29 days, 8 hours, 59 minutes until Blade Show Atlanta. Wow. Wow. Can you believe it? Yeah, look at that dude right there. And that's something. Here, up in the chat right now, if you look in your chat, there's a link where you can go and see this knife, and then this knife here that has the blade lock. The blade is locked when it's open and when it's shut, and the way you unlock it is with the thumb stud. You push in, and then it's unlocked. Those two dudes. That's what the link will take you, and you can see what these look like. Michael Lawrence with the $10 super chat. He said, oh my, what a time to be alive in the knife game. Much love to the Hive. He was pooping. Michael. Oh, that's hilarious. I think it's funny how there's I don't know, probably a few hundred people now. I wonder who, when they think of having to go to the bathroom, or they see a dog going to the bathroom, now they go pooping. That is so funny. It just became a thing. I would say that because if we're when walking the dogs, Mrs. Beez and Berkeley, they're ahead of us. And if Bogart would stop to go to the bathroom, I would say pooping. That way they would know to stop. And it's just, I don't know, it's a fun thing. But you can't say it around the dogs if they're inside, because then they think they get to go outside, because they know what that means. Dog one said, I want that Woobin. Materialistic? Sure. I'm a grasping monkey. Dude, if you're going to get the Woobin, use my link. My link is in the chat right now to this Woobin right here, which the Woobin is very cool, dude. I mean, there's the side light, and you can turn it up with the wheel. The side light goes up to like 100 lumens, and you can turn it down. And if you hold it down, it goes over to, you can have it red. And when it's on the colors, you can change the colors by the color wheel. And then whatever color it is, you double tap, and it will slow strobe that color. And then if you have it off and you double tap it, you get a multicolor strobe. There's 3 different colors of the multicolored strobe. Toe Jammer's been a member for 20 months with a super chat. He said, hello all, just want to give my wife a huge shout out. Thank you for putting up with me and all of this we are going through and my hobby. LOL. Love ya. Big shout out to Mr. Toe Jammer's wife. Hello, wifey. Hello, Toe Jammer wifey. Thanks for putting up with him. Toe Jammer and family are here every Friday night. Dog one said, Beez, my pup recognizes your voice. Jumped on the lazy boy, listening. That's fun. That is very fun. Yeah, this one's kind of neat. I like it. I like the feel of it. I used to, I don't know. I used to be more skeptical than I am now about CRKT. They've been upping their game. They've got some premium knives now. They're using better steel. This has 14C28N. Okay, good. Now it's a matter of making sure that you are trying to get those prices down. You know, I know they're whenever it's an American company, you're going to pay more, but the price, you know, all the materials aren't made in USA. So I guess it's because you got USA workers that are being paid. So you're supporting them. Grim Drake said, just ordered the black and white Sin Cut Squiggy. Oh, dude, I took the Sin Cut Squiggy to, I took it to, what do you call it? What is it I do on Tuesday nights? Trivia. This thing is, it is a beast. Look how big this is on the screen. It is a beast. It's a very cool and affordable beast. Gary said, well, y'all got to hit the hay. Night, y'all. Have a good night, Gary. Raybo said, I can't get any love from MC. Lord Loki said, I won the Tenable Beaver 2 days ago. Hey. Yeah, this dude right here, Dwayne K just put up a link where you can get 15% off of this thing and free shipping. It's going to end up being cheaper than on Amazon. And did you hear that ting? This has a very nice ting when it opens. Ting. Ting. Laid Off Pete said, howdy, lovely people. Howdy, Beez. Thanks for kicking off Mother's Day weekend with a sharp attitude. Hey, if anybody wants to, just for funsies, you can look at around the 9:06 timestamp. You can always play back the live stream. If you want to shout out your mom, if you want to shout out your mom, I'll do Mother's Day shout outs right now. And you can show your mom on Sunday, say, hey, I shouted you out on beezblades. And he said, happy Mother's Day. I'm taking my mom, not your mom. I'm taking my mom out for lunch on Mother's Day. The giveaway link didn't work. It says video not available, said Toe Jammer. Dude, don't you people start this now. I mean, somebody said that last week and it did work. I haven't heard anyone else say that it didn't work. I'm copying it and I'm pasting it right now. Paste. Yeah, it took me right to it. Dude, I'm not sure why it didn't work for you. It just worked for me right here. Here's the link right there. Dwayne K said, lost mom 5 years ago. Her birthday is May 11th. 2. May is hard. Yep. Toe Jammer, I'm not sure, man. Did you copy the whole thing? Or there, click on that one. Kerplop said, my mother's birthday is on Mother's Day this year. Dog One said, I left the comment on a non-video, just words. Yep, that's it. That's all it was, is just words. I was like, you know what? I was sitting on the couch. My wife was eating dinner, and I didn't have time to come down and make a 30-second video, so I just typed it out on the screen. I was like, this is all they need. They just need somewhere to go and make a comment, right? Knife Wife said, heading to the Hive. Oh, right. Don Durr said, I had trouble getting in, but I was persistent after 4 tries at work. That's really weird. Ken Faulkner said, how's your back, Raybo? Yeah, there's the link to the comment video. Because we're giving away a Shirogorov. What's another expensive knife? I can't even think of expensive knives because I'm kidding. Dylan Garcia said, what's up, Beez? What's up, man? Mick Ranger said, my birthday is on Mother's Day this year as well. Shout out to all the mothers. Happy birthday, Mick Ranger. Tim B said, hello, Kelly's Mishmash. Good evening. Raybo said, I'll be thankful for another Mother's Day with my mom. She's 85 this year. Yes, my mother is getting up there in age too, and I wanted to make sure. I talked to my mom at least 4 or 5 days a week on the phone. I talked to her on the way home 4 days a week. It's become a thing. I've been doing it for years now. And then I don't see her in person as much. I wish I did. So I'm making sure that I see her in person this Sunday. Lord Loki was born on Mother's Day. Well, happy birthday. El Medicine said, you had me for a split second, LOL. Oh, yeah. Just making dinner for the fam while watching Beez, said Laid Off Pete. Have some flowers hidden in the outside refrigerator. Ah, very nice. El Medicine just had dinner with his mom, your mom. Sam said, just had my birthday. Happy Mother's Day to all. Happy birthday, Sam. That is very nice. Mick Ranger said, Lord Loki, so was I, 1975. Prado said, be thankful that your mothers are with you in body and mind. Alzheimer's is my mortal enemy. I hear you, man. That's how my grandma. Watch City Knives said, God bless Raybo's mom. She's an amazing woman. God bless her and Raybo. Dwayne K said, spend as much time with them or video call them. Life is short. Agreed. Raybo said, I see my mom at least twice a week and help her out with things. That is good to hear. That Fire Woobin is a Kickstarter, said Dog One. Heck yeah. And well, it's not a Kickstarter anymore. It's a definite. Within an hour, it was like funded instantly. It was instantly. I mean, so it's a thing. I think my best guess is the only reason they did a Kickstarter is just like Kaiser does Kickstarters, to get an idea of how many hundreds or thousands they need to make, because they knew it was going to be a hit, right? I think they just wanted to know how many they really needed to make, because, you know, it was funded in 2 seconds. This is not a maybe. This is a guarantee. It's happening. Here's a link to the Woobin X4 that we've been talking about tonight. And when you're on the regular light mode, see, where's my little pointer? When you're on the regular light mode, the back, see there, this button in the back right here. Let's see if I can show you. Right there. Let me get another flashlight to show you. That button right there. That is the tail cap. And it has a really nice distinct click to it. And you can strobe or just regular, and it doesn't stay on. It's like a traditional tail cap. Blazeburger said, I made my wife a custom Magic the Gathering deck for Mother's Day. I'm buying my mom flowers, and then I'll transplant them with her. She doesn't play card games. Chad said, thoughts on extreme ratio knives. I'm not familiar with those, but is there anyone in here that has any thoughts on the extreme ratio knives? Inquiring minds want to know, like me. I'm going to put in some quick eye drop skis. Let's put this dude in here. All of these knives are knives that I did videos on, except this one. This one was like last Friday or Thursday. Something to that effect. Chad said they're Italian made. Now, I know some Italian knives I've heard people complain about, but that might have just been a certain brand. I can't remember what it was. Watch City Knife said they're not cheap. Corey said lost mom June of 2020. Visit her every year on Mother's Day. Yeah, I lost my dad almost 10 years ago on July 4th. That was one of his favorite holidays. And I drive by and say hi to him every time I drive by. I drive by quite often, and every time I do, I look over and say, "Hi, Dad." Dwayne K said, if you've just joined us, we'd like to say welcome and hope you have a great time. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and thank you. Please and thank you. And then you can go check out these weird knives or like this. I want some more weird knives. You know, a lot of those knife reviewers out there, those famous knife reviewers have all these weird knives. I don't have many weird knives like that. I need to expand my collection of weird knives. Raybo said I finally got a Bowie Pyrite, dude. The Bowie Pyrite. Let's see if I have one here I can show people. I like to be able to show people what we're talking about. No. Oh yeah. There is one of the versions of the Bowie Pyrite. Thomas said, that's awesome, Beez. Lord Loki said, got some Midgard blades. They are weird, but awesome. Oh, yeah. I once, Chef Rocky, he let me borrow his Midgard Messer Valhalla last year. And that was really neat. I would love to have it, but I can't remember what it was. A lot of money. Raybo lost his pops to cancer. Yeah, that's what happened with mine. Got a rare form. Look at that. I wish they had some type of blood test that you could take that would tell you had cancer. That way they could look for it and find it. You would think in 2025, but without going into a negative note. Dylan said, waiting for my Microtech Annex to get here. I'm stoked. My first integral. Ooh, dude. A first of anything for knife collectors is always a very cool thing. I mean, it's a milestone. It's one of the things that us knife collectors like doing, right? When you get your first of anything, like your first AR-RPM 9 or your first 14C28N or your first S30V or your first S45VN or your first S35VN or your first S20V or your first S90V or your first M4. I think that's one of the things that all of you can recognize. Everyone that's in here, you recognize that, you know, sometimes you'll tell people, they're like, don't you just need one or two knives? And you're like, no, you don't understand. It's when you like something, you can get into it and you can collect it. That's the fun, right? And then what's next? It's the journey. It's not the destination. It's the journey. That's why knife collecting is so fun. Raybo said, only good thing about cancer is it gives you time to say goodbye. Thomas Wheeler said, I got my first S45VN for Blade Binge. Ooh, very nice. Hey, is anyone else? What's a first that's a good subject. We'll have to bring it up more often. Like, did anybody get a first? Like your first carbon fiber, your first titanium, your first micarta, your first G10, your first wood scales, your first button lock, your first integral. Oh my gosh. Your first sheep's foot, your first drop point, your first Bowie. It's endless. Dog One said, Beez, have you seen that workshop knife? I have. I thought about reaching out to him, but I have enough content. Thomas Wheeler said, Spyderco PM2. Ooh. Yeah, the workshop knife looks neat. I'm curious what it'll be like. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it at Blade Show. And maybe I can get some opinions on it. Excessively said, is there an entry video for the giveaway? Absolutely. It's in the let's see, copy paste right there. I'll put it at the top, actually. Let's do this. And pew, there we go. The Big Bad John with the $2 hair super chat. Big Bad John, thank you, man. Let me give that, hold on. Let me give that comment a like, because you can like the comments when people give super chats. Very nice, man. Thank you. The first, oh, Stacy's got her first tenable on the way. Dog One said, my first North Mountain Chop 2 and a kick stop. Late On said, I'm still kind of new, so I'm making it a point to build the collection by making each one a first something. Oh yeah, dude, for sure. And that's the fun stuff, you know. Your first 8CR, your first 9CR 18 MOV, your first 10CR, your first 12CR, your first 14C 28N blade steel, baby. Raybo said Fenrir was my first tenable. Lord Loki said the beaver will be my first tenable. Yeah, if you like the concept designs, but they're a little pricey, all you got to do is get a tenable. Ed said my first USA made the BM 940. The Benchmade 940. Splitting Slices said I was gifted my first Remington Silver Bullet Slippy and a Smith & Wesson Scrimshaw Slippy this week. Oh, very nice. Zodiac just got his first auto, a Kershaw Launch 18. Prado, I bet Prado has the Kershaw Launch 18. I was gifted, I have the, it's upstairs. I have the Kershaw Launch 11 that was gifted to me by Prado. I will keep it forever and cherish it. Whenever someone gifts a knife and they say this is for you, I'm never going to sell it. I'm always going to keep it because it has sentimental value. Lord Loki said, I do want to try the tenable shard with purple aluminum handles, but my dream knife is the Kaiser Megatherium. Oh, the Megatherium is really cool. Sonny Robinson said, first penguin. Now I have 5. Ed's Blades just got his first L Max and first Chavez with their Blue Label 229. Dylan said, does that Civivi have the pocket wave deployment thing? This is a Kubi. I'll go get my Civivi. That Kubi has the pocket wave design, and I also have a Civici, as Mrs. Beez would say. I have a Civivi that has the same design. Right here. Yep. A Civici. Here's Civivi's version. Let's go big screen. Look at that. How's that for some wickedness? Right here's the wave design. And you can also flip it. Looks like a mad hawk, or it looks like kind of like a buzzard. Indian Outlaw said, first time on live with free subscription. Dylan said, oh, look like the Civivi Karambit. Yeah. Caleb said, hey, Beez, I hope I see you for my 500 giveaway Tuesday, 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be crazy. Hey, everyone, go subscribe to Caleb. He's doing a giveaway Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be crazy. I'm not going to be home. I will be at trivia. Dylan Garcia said, look like this. Oh, yeah, I just read that. I'm good at reading things twice. Splitting Slices said, by the way, tradition is to gift a lucky penny with any gift knife to a friend so as to not cut the friendship. I never heard of that. Raybo said, I am 13 away from 500 and it's killing me. Go subscribe to Raybo 34 right now, guys. Get him. We could get him over 500 in a heartbeat. Let's do it real quick. Raybo 34 needs 13 subscribers. Go subscribe. Raybo, is it Raybo 34? Is that the exact handle? Go subscribe like right now and we'll get him over 500 and I love doing milestones on the channel. We've got a lot of channels over milestones during the live streams. That's always an exciting thing. Shouting out channels, getting them out there. Light seems extra in my eyes tonight. Why my nose just got stuffy. Raybo is he's at 490. Let's see if we can get him. 492. Raybo, you're getting ready to break 500 in 2 seconds, bro. I subscribed. 493. And here, I'll make it easy. Let's get Raybo. Let's just blast him past 500. Here's a link to Raybo's YouTube channel right there. How about that? Bluminati is trying to get to 1,000 subs. Bluminati, yes, man. He used to come in and say hi. He's probably a busy guy now, being a YouTuber, big YouTuber. Raybo, let's see. Raybo's at 499. I bet when I refresh. Let me refresh. Raybo is at 502 subscribers. Raybo, congratulations on being over 500, man. Dude, see? Dude, that is a forever milestone. That is huge. We got Raybo over 500 subs, man. That is so freaking cool. Raybo said, Beez subbed my channel. I am honored. Addicted to Blades said, already subscribed. I remember when Metal Complex subscribed to my channel during a live stream. I was honored. It was very cool. Jim Miller said, first American-made knife I bought was an Imperial Barlow in 1967. That's before I was born. An Imperial Barlow in 1967. Wow. Dog One said, my first American knife was the Swiss Army. Not really. It's a Spyderco. My first American knife that I purchased that I'm sure was an American knife was a Spyderco Manix 2. It was one of the first, it was in the first 5 that I purchased when I discovered modern pocket knives. Raybo said, Metal Complex hates me. Why does he hate you? Gunner said, I found out that El Cap Addict has had his YouTube channel longer than I've had mine. Dylan Garcia says, I have the Imperial Barlow. Sonny Robinson said, Jim Miller, you stuck it in your diaper. Hey, Brian F. just put up a link to the giveaway. Tuesday, go to that channel. There's a giveaway, and one of the packages is coming from Brian F. And Brian F. makes some very cool stuff. Mark Dodson said, I cut my thumb within minutes of being given my first knife. Well, it became yours. Michael Lawrence said, the first American blade I bought was a Buck 119, and I still have that SOB. The Buck 119. El Medicine said, I have the Rebel Alliance Barlow. How long has Barlow been out? A long time, apparently. How did I end up playing with these crazy knives? Wait, look at that. My goodness. That's some wicked looking knives right there. Jeez. This one looks more like a skeleton, and this one looks like it's angry. Like this one kind of has that skeleton look, like a bird. Lord Loki said, I sold all the case and buck knives I got from my grandfather. Wasn't a fan of them at all. None for Now said, I stabbed a tree with my first knife, a slip joint. I learned something that day. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jim Miller said, I think I remember seeing a Barlow in Tom Sawyer. Fat Gandalf said, looks like those things from the Dark Crystal. The Real JC said, I feel so out of place. All I have is a Leatherman. Dude, there's nothing wrong with a Leatherman, bro. Leathermans are awesome. That's a multi-tool, bro. You're not out of place at all. You're in the right place because obviously you're here. You're hanging out with people that like EDC stuff. My Leatherman is upstairs. I carry a Leatherman with me at least 6 days a week in my backpack. I always have it in my backpack. My backpack, I always have my Rats tourniquet that I got from Brian F., who's in the chat. And then I have my, what do you call that? I can't remember what it's called now. My pack, my Roaring Fire Gear pack with all my first aid stuff in it. It's got the super glue. It's got the like stitches things that you buy. You can close wounds, all that good stuff in it. Ed's Blade said they used to sell Barlow's at my old barber shop when I was a kid. I remember going to Ace Hardware when I was a kid and going over and just staring at all the neat knives. Chad Kraus said, what's the best multi-tool out there? Dylan said, I use my Leatherman Micra literally like every 20 minutes for something. Tom Williams said, hang out here and your Leatherman will soon have company. Yep, exactly, dude. You're in good company. I hope you're here every Friday night. I love hearing that. I love multi-tools. That's just another genre. You know, if I would just retire already. I'm just not ready to retire, but when I retire, I'm going to go nuts. I mean, I'm going to go absolutely nuts. I was looking over here to see. I gave away. I was looking for a cool multi-tool. I gave it away like 2 weeks ago. Never mind. I do have another cool multi-tool around the corner over here. Let me see. Let me show you right here. That's a multi-tool. That's a multi-tool. That's a multi-tool. Let me show you some multi-tools I got over here. Hold on. I'm going to get the board so I can set it on top of the knives and show you some stuff. Some stuff and things. Like me some. Why did my nose get so plugged up? I feel like it's like my nose quit working. I got stubbed up. Fat Gandalf is a Civivi bro. All right, let's see here. Get a board so I don't have to move the knives. So I have these up here that are Swiss Tech. These multi-tools. It's like a poor man's Leatherman. It has all the things that a Leatherman have. It's kind of like a copy of Leatherman. It's a little different. And then here's a next tool. This thing, look at this. Has an adjustable wrench. I mean, this thing has, look at this. This has got all the bells and whistles. It has spring-loaded pliers. And it has, has knife blades and all the regular cool stuff in it. But how about that? Tell me that isn't something handy to have close by all the time. That's very cool. Chad said, I like the next tool. Dog One said, Work Sharp Field Sharpener, compact in the Jeep and one in the backpack. Oh, yeah, I have a Work Sharp Field Sharpener hanging on the side of my backpack. My backpack is also, I'm going to give them a plug right now. Hold on. Let me find it. If you want a good backpack or a good pack or a good pouch or anything like that, I'm telling you, Roaring Fire Gear is the stuff. I carry Roaring Fire Gear 7 days a week. Listen. My range bag, which is packed, is a 45-liter backpack from Roaring Fire Gear, and it has some serious weight in it. I carry my range bag inside my Roaring Fire Gear 45-liter backpack. And then to work every day, I have a black 45-liter backpack from Roaring Fire Gear. And inside that, I have a pack from Roaring Fire Gear. I love their stuff. It works. I have 2 different Roaring Fire Gear backpacks that have been all over. They've been to Blade Show. They've been to Hawaii. They've been to Italy. They're fantastic. They will fit under a seat in a plane. They're good stuff. And yeah, I have 10% off. I don't plug them enough, but go check out this stuff right here. 10% off. Back to the screen. This one right here is a Swiss Tech. And this is I don't remember all of the things it does. You can measure stuff on the side of it. You pull these out, and then you have spring-loaded pliers. And in this pack, it has all of these different Like, let me go up to the big screen to show you what's all in there. You have all of these. You got the T8, T6. You got the screwdrivers, the bits, all the bits. You can do knife maintenance with it. It's magnetic. It's I don't know. I couldn't smell it if it was leather. But this thing has all kinds of stuff, and I can't even remember. Boy, it's dark in here. Somebody needs to turn the lights up. When you where's my flashlight? When you pull these out, let's see. Yeah, when you pull out all of these things, if you're a dentist, you would understand that. So see all of these tools, right? You know, small knife blade on this side and the file and all this stuff. But say you pull out the small knife blade. When you pull it out, it's locked. It's locked out. And at the top right here, you push this to release it right here. So see, it's kind of like a lock back. And then let's see what else. There's a bit up here. You can keep a bit in it, one of the bits, just a little bit. And then, oh yeah, it's got some other stuff. Oh, yeah, look at this. It has a ratcheting bit driver. I almost forgot. So like, I'm doing this in the dark here. How do you get that out of there? There's a way to get it out. I can't see. Hey, how do I get that out of there? Yeah, like that. So when you take the bit out, when you take the bit out of the side, you can keep your favorite bit in there. Look at this. It's a ratcheting bit driver. So if you're working on your knives or whatever, how's that for some total coolness? James David said, what type of work industry does Beez do in real life? I don't talk about my real job. I will once I retire. I just work in public service. Mick Ranger said, wow, I can't believe it. Looks even better than I imagined. Knives and Gear Insights Lucky ? Caleb said, I'm giving a NAF's butt driver and NAF's pack away tomorrow. Dude. Tyler said, it's a shame that you don't have a flashlight. I know. If I only had a flashlight handy. 4 billion candle watts of power. The new Woobin. Woobin up to, man. Brian F. said, Mick needs some pics of that. I don't know why my eyes are extra dry tonight. But they are extra dry tonight. Let's go over here and check this out real quick like. Because, because this is happening, people. Let's see. You guys can see what I'm seeing. Let me make sure you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah. So this right here is something you're going to want to get in on. And if you didn't hit my link earlier, here, this is the Tempest Knives Downdraft. I think this is the neatest looking version. Here's a link right in your screen where you can go check that out. But this is the Downdraft. Can I make this a full picture or no? Let me see. This is Blade Binge Shop. This is the Downdraft. My video on this is going to drop, I think, tomorrow morning at probably 10. I think it'd be a good time. So if you want to know more about this, you can watch my video tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, that'll be some nice Saturday morning viewing while you're drinking your Saturday morning coffee. This picture does not do it justice. And yes, this knife is the fat carbon fiber, the Tiffany blue, 154 cm blade steel. Here's the blade. This knife is really nice. I mean, it has perfect jimping on it. You guys know Knives Fast, Tempest Knives. He makes good stuff. Christopher Wheeling said, still can't decide between the 80s camo carbon and the silver twill. The silver twill is interesting looking, for sure. Caleb said, listen, it's been a really crazy last few hours. Yeah, the downdraft tomorrow, and I'm telling you right now, it's going to sell out. So if this is one of those knives where next week people are going to say, man, I should have got the downdraft. I knew I should have got the downdraft. I wish I could blow up this picture bigger, but I can't. Yeah, this picture doesn't do it justice at all. It looks a lot better than that. This picture needed the light adjusted on it. They needed to do a little editing. I don't know if it was Eric that took this picture. They needed to darken it up so you could really get a good look at what that carbon fiber looks like. I guess if you want to see what the carbon fiber looks like, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, my video will show. It's a good one. Prado said, can't decide between the flamed and the silver twill. Let me see. Let me bring this back up to size. Let's go check out the marketplace while we're doing this. Here is the Blade Binge marketplace. Don't Cut's been a member for 8 months with a super chat. He said, woo, 8 months. Time flies in the Hive. Thank you for supporting the Hive, Broham. I like that smile too. I love seeing people smile. So speaking of Swiss Army knives, we were talking about those earlier. Ooh, there's a Kunwad, a Kunwu compact Chad. That looks cool. I still don't have a Kunwu. See, there's just so many knives to be had and to play with. Finch Undertaker, a White River M1 backpacker. That looks pretty neat. What else we got here? We got a Demco, a custom Microtech MSI Apocalyptic with OG. That's a pretty neat looking knife. I need to check out Microtech. I always kind of skim by their booth. I don't know why. I need to check out Microtech. I need to give them attention, to check them out, to see what it's all about. I don't carry out the fronts. I like them. They're neat. I mean, I'll carry one every once in a while. Usually when I carry it out the front, it's because I'm going to be seeing somebody that I know will appreciate it, that will think it's cool. It's just that out the fronts aren't really slicey, and I like slicey. Prado said, I have a Microtech UTX85 and love it. Fat Gandalf said they're illegal in my state. Well, not all Microtechs are automatics, though. See, that's what I'm realizing is they've got some knives that aren't automatics, and those are the ones I'm interested in. Oh, there's an Olamic Whippersnapper, a Hinder XM18 Warncliffe, no choil. Wow, that's purty. That's purty. Dog One said, Beez, you need someone to reach out to these fancy pants polished custom knives. Herman's. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. Someone call Herman's Knives and say, hey, Beez wants to show your knives off. There's a Native 5 with AWT scales and MXG gear. That's a nice looking knife. Chad said, I love Microtech, but I think they're a little overpriced, but not as bad as Benchmade. Prado24 has been a member for 41 months with a super chat. He said, that's a couple of minutes, baby. Definitely hyped for the downdraft. Loved KC's design. Prado, 41 months. Thank you, man. Prado's the man. There's a Microtech SOCOM Bravo. Benchmade mini Griptilian for that doesn't sound bad. Is that a good price for a mini Griptilian? 120. What's the blade steel on that? S30V blade steel for a mini Griptilian, 120. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm thinking that's probably not bad. Blake said, Beez, my Max Ace Neptune is slicey. Broke Arizona Knives said, I have an MSI in the pocket right now. I couldn't really appreciate it until I got one in hand. I definitely, Ken, when we're hanging out at Blade Show, say, hey, don't forget, you said you were going to check out Microtech. I got to go give them some looks and see what they have that's not OTFs. Spyderco Bodacious for 200. Dimco 80 20.5s, a Microtech Amphibian. There's a Kershaw Leak. 80 bucks. Michael Lawrence said, love me some Microtech. Got me a Signature Series F Cancer Ultratech with the Spartan blade. Then I have 4 or 5 more. Wow. Wow. Yeah, the expensive brands or the American brands that tend to be more expensive, I don't have many. Well, yeah, I don't have any Microtechs. I don't have any. There's a few American brands I don't have, and it's not necessarily because they're American brands, but it's what I get for the price holds me back. And then also, I have to like the design before I want to buy it too. There's a Microtech 261M and a Microtech Amphibian Apocalyptic. Ooh, there's the Kaiser Beglider 2 Purple Haze Fat Carbon. I was flipping and flicking that one today. The Sharp by Design Mini Evo Purple Haze 325. Dog One said, who makes the SOCOM Elite? That's Microtech. Oh yeah, Hinderer. I don't have a Hinderer either. Thanks, Ken. Jim Miller said, fat Gandalf scaring a soccer mom in Alabama will get you shot. There's a Chris Reeves Small and Cozy for $350. EMP EDC Nimble. And if you're not familiar, if you're new, and we have new people that are here just about every week, this is Blade Binge. This is where people go and buy and sell knives on the secondary market. These are all people that they get a knife, they like it, they hang out with it, and then they're ready to move on and get something different, and they sell it, and then they buy something else. That's how you get to check out a bunch of different knives, right? There's a little native. PM2 with Flytanium, a Gerber Mini Fast Draw, a Quiet Carry, the 9 in Magna Cut. Adventure 50 with the $2 hair super chat. He said, what do you think of the Civivi Hadros? Put your super chat up there. And let's see, the Hadros. Where is my Hadros? I'm looking at a picture of it right now. It looks like it has a skinny handle. I don't know if I could find that one in short order or not. Or do I have the Hadros? I think I do. But being able to find it right now, I don't know. I think that one might be in the pack. That one has a skinny handle. Let's see. I don't think the Hadros is going to be readily available. I'm pretty sure I did check that one out. It has less handle. I don't remember anything negative about it per se, but it has a handle, kind of like this, where it's not as thick, it's not as tall. Dog One said, a lot of channels buy a knife, create content, then binge it. Dwayne K said, I almost broke and bought the Benchmade 940 and DLC Magna Cut with orange scales, but I couldn't hit the place order button. Raybo said, I like that blue PM2. I don't even remember the name of this one. Is this the spiny dogfish? Is that what this one is? Something is making me want to say that this is the Civivi spiny dogfish. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. Something is telling me this might be the spiny dogfish. Skinny handle, rectangle blade with a little angle, said Chad. Spiny dogfish. Hey, I actually remembered some of the more obscure Civivis. I forget their names. Ha! How about that? I got it. Jim Miller said, spiny dogfish, I won one from you. Hey, how about that? How about that? I can't believe it. Blake said, I called hideous. None for now said, yeah, pretty sure I can carry a sword in Indiana. In Ohio, you can carry whatever you want. This is actually has good action. It's comfortable choked up like this. Has drop shetty action. I mean, Civivi has good action for the most part. Live action. This is one that I took with me to trivia. I took a whole small knife roll to trivia this week to play around with the guys. This one right here, I don't even remember. I don't remember the name of this one. The Civivi frame. I do not remember the name of this one. It's actually comfortable in the hand and lightweight. It's not too bad. I like the blade shape. It's pretty cool. It has, I like it. I like the way you're going to like the way it looks. Dwayne K said, hey, Beez, what's that clear scale material Kaiser uses? Acrylic. It's called acrylic. Like, oh, no, that's not it. Oh, yeah, that has acrylic. This has acrylic. Like, here's an example of some acrylic on a Kaiser. See there where you can see through it? You can see all the parts in the internal stop pin. If you ever wondered what an internal stop pin looks like, right there is an internal stop pin. This is a really good knife to show an example of what an internal stop pin looks like. Look at that. And to show what the inside of a crossbar looks like. And this one has the clutch lock. See, you can see there's 5 different places where you could adjust the tension. See how that Omega spring goes brrr. The Civivi Anaki, said Kaiser Knives and Gear Insights. Brian said, Jim Miller, I sent you a PM on Instagram. The Civivi Anaki. What is it? Oh, that's what this is the Civivi Anaki. Thank you. I was like, what, you guys want to see it? Oh, wait a minute. That's the one I just showed. This one is not too bad. Has good action. It feels neat in the hand. It's just a little small knife. You know, it's not a big knife. If you have like smaller, medium-sized hands, you're gonna like it. For me, I have large width hands, and that pocket clip's kind of hot spotty. Only if I'm really gonna be bearing down, but it just as a regular pocket knife, that pocket clip's no big deal. Yeah, it has a strong detent too. You don't get bounce out on this one. Mark Dodson said, how does the Damascus hold up? Civivi's Damascus, I've never had any problems personally with it. And my goodness, does it have a toothy edge on it? Whoa. Dylan said, I do like the milled aluminum handle. Brian said, you can a Naki, but I'm not buying that thing. Speed holes. Those aren't speed holes. That's what do you call it? Lattice work. It's latticed. It's pretty neat. Adventure 50, did you want my shard? Said Caleb. Okay, let me put these away because I went down a rabbit hole. I got my next tools out. We were talking a little bit about as soon as I clean the table up, I start getting out everything and its mom. Put this stuff back in here. Yeah, and this Swiss Tech tool comes in a little leathery pouch. Okay, let's put that back over there. Show you what's actually. Let's go back here and look at Blade Binge just a little bit more. If you're new, Blade Binge is where you can buy and sell stuff on the secondary market. Just so you know. Where did I get this knife? There. Let's see what else we got going on here. There's a Shaman. There's a K-bar wrench knife. Has anyone ever had any issues with any brand's Damascus? Said Chad. I would say if you're going to get Damascus, you want to get it from a regular brand, a more common brand, and not just like some brand that's on Instagram or something that claims that it's Damascus. Civivi's Damascus is good. There's a full titanium Chavez. Look at that. Only $220. That seems like a good price. Olight Seeker 4 Pro. Hinder XM24. A lot of Demco 8020 and 20.5s. There's a Kershaw Bel Air in Damascus. Herman Slim Knife, number 119 milled titanium. I need to. Does Herman Knives, do they go to Blade Show? If they do, I need to hit them up and say, hey, anyway, I could grab one of them there bad boys. Dylan said the tip broke off after a month. Off of what? John Rick said, I like Kershaw Damascus. It's really good. Yeah, just don't get the Pakistani blades. Exactly, Michael. Exactly. That's the word I was trying to think of in my head a second ago. Yeah, if it's if they say real Damascus, it's Pakistan, do not buy. It's made out of like hardened Play-Doh. Riyadh Knives T1000 in Zircotai. Oh my, number 20 of 40. What is this? Holy cow. My, oh my. This knife is only, just merely $1,400. Look at that. That's a chunky one. That's a thick boy. Knives and Gear said, I'm digging that Spyderco PM2 on Blade Binge, the one with the Rips Garage Tech scales and S110V. Great price at $300. Genuine fake Damascus. You can watch how Pakistan knives are made here in the YouTube. It's really interesting. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, we gotta go back to the future. There's a Tecto F2 Bravo. There's a couple Tectos in there. Urban EDC F5.5 for $210. There's a Vosteed's Ray Laconico Valhund. The Valhund is a really good knife. I like Ray Laconico's knives. There's a Kaiser Sub 3 for $60. A Kaiser Drop Bear and Nebula Fat Carbon. Ken said, Beez, I don't see Herman on the exhibitor list for Blade Show. Okay, all right. They're like, we don't need to do that. They're above that. Chris Reeves Large Sabenza 31 Magna Cut for $425. That's a good price. A Wee Excitin' Special Edition. Wee Excitin' Giant Mouse Ace Sonoma. Mrs. Beez bought a giant mouse last year at Blade Show, but it wasn't a knife. She bought a giant mouse sweatshirt. It was as much as a knife. It was a pricey sweatshirt. Yeah, so if this gives you any indication, you can sit on Blade Binge and shop forever. I mean, you can just oh my gosh, it's endless. It's absolutely endless. And you can always do searches. If you're looking for a particular style knife or particular brand or anything like that, you can search for the brand or for the blade steel. A Strider S&G DDG Magna Cut. Strider, there's a couple Striders that I like the looks of. They look pretty neat. Pretty cool. Devo Knives Premium Pony Stout. $200. What's up, Todd Phillips? How you doing? Sebald said the Civivi Bull Task has some nice Damascus on it. Just a nice knife. Yeah, look at all that. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so we're going to switch gears. I'm going to take a couple... Take a drink of that. Put some eyes in my drops. And we're going to do a slow and controlled, a slow burn, okay? You know what I'm talking about. I know you're gearing up for it. Don't everybody post at the same time. That way I have enough time to do it. Because my eyes are tired tonight. But I'm going to do my pocket check first. Because I forgot to do mine 1 or 2 weeks ago. And then we're going to do a pocket check. And if you're new, this is where you say what knife you're flipping or flicking right now, or what knife or knives or gear you carried on your person today. So it might be a flashlight or a knife or whatever. And if you guys don't rush it, don't, you know, just take your time. Just wait until you see a lull and then put it in. By doing that, it gives me enough time to get everybody's pocket check in, and I can actually read them all. So in my right pocket, this was gifted to me from Mr. Top Dog himself, is my ProTech Malibu. It's my only ProTech knife. It has a really good texture. See there, look at that. Texture vision. Everybody loves a little good texture vision, right? I love I love the fidget factor on this knife. I love the sound. I love the detent. Henry just bought a 2005 case Autumn Trapper. So this was my main carry today in my right pocket, and then I had my Victorinox 580, my pocket dropper. I carry this every single day. And then in another pocket, I have, oh yeah, the Devo Chaser. I love this knife. This is a Blade Binge exclusive. I mean, they're not available anymore because, you know, they sell out. Devo knives sell out quick. And then Michael Lawrence said, Top Dog, what a gangster. Need to get me a ProTech. Yeah, dude, he's the man. And yeah, big shout out to Top Dog. It's my first ProTech. Blew me away when he got this for me. It's my only ProTech. Yeah, there's a lot of other American made knife brands I don't have. I don't have a Hinderer. I don't have a Microtech. Yeah, but I do have a ProTech. I have the Malibu, and I mean, I will say this honestly, my ProTech Malibu came with a bad grind on it. Shame on ProTech. Shame on whoever was working that day and did the grind on it, because it's no big deal though, because I quickly fixed it. I put a 17-degree edge on it and I'm happy with it. But man, my goodness, that must have been late on a Friday. And then in my right pocket, in my other right pocket, I have this Kubi right here, this Chonkerino. Look at that. That's a Chonkerino. The Kubi. Dwayne K, I believe Dwayne K is the one that sent this to me. That's the Basilisk. And then I didn't carry a whole ton of, I had a lot of knives on and around me today. I've videoed. And then I have my little Swiss Army knife. And then I have, I carry this. I carry a refined pen 365 days a year. This is my favorite pen. I have 3 of them, or 3 or 4 of them. But I really like the refined EP1L, the longer ones. Really like them. All right, so I'm going to let you guys look at knives and flashlights. We'll just put more knives on here, something for you to gaze at. I'll just put some random knives on the table. Dwayne K said, got a new edge on that Kubi's. All right, so slowly but surely, we're going to do a pocket check. Dylan Garcia, in Ohio, we're allowed to carry any kind of knives that we like. Broke Arizona said, today I got a Microtech MSI, Tenable Gideon, and an ABW Slippy. Oh my gosh, this is not going to go well. Jason said, Vero Nova, just got back from having it vapor honed and topo pattern burned. Ooh. Patrick Livingood with the Olentans M060. Prado's got a ProTech Sprint and a mother of pearl button, so small yet mighty. Tu Fuego with a Civivi Badlands Vagabond Damascus carbon fiber. Dog One, the new Spyderco Essenza, love it. North Mountain Kickstop Chop Bond Arms 410 Derringer. Dylan said, Beez, are you allowed to carry autos? Yes, I am. Patrick Livingood with the Wii 702 XI. Let's see. Fat Gandalf, Civivi Praxis in the carry pocket, and a Flissa mini folding with the bottle opener and glass breaker on the belt. Jim Vosteed Thunderbird, Finch Hatfield, Kubi Tempest, Kubi a Tempest Dust Devil. Cordova just got a blacked out Vosteed Corgi, very nice. Ed's Blades with a Taurus G2C, Chavez Blue Label Redención, Drop Point, and a Mora Companion. Tom Williams with the limited edition mini Praxis 11th anniversary edition numbered. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. Blake Berganski's carrying, oh boy, carrying the Chavez Scapegoat and a Cobra Tech Lightning OTF, sitting here stropping a Kubi Titius and watching this awesome live in the Hive. Thank you, man. Dylan said, if you're allowed to carry autos, if so, I can send you your first Microtech. Seriously, bro? Emmett Williams said, Spyderco Tenacious Concept Predatal, North Mountain Chop 2 and 17 Gen 3. I mean, if you sent me a Microtech, I don't know. It would depend on how old it is, and I don't have any links to them if I reviewed it. Caleb said, Brian F., I'll tell you what happened off stream. Melvin's Cold Steel Talon 2. Michael Lawrence with the Midnight Jack Fix, the Microtech Ultratech Signature Series, a Streamlight Wedge, and Hellcat Pro. Corey with the Winter Blade Co. Factor 8. Spider G's EDC with the Vision FG, Micarta, and Tempest Microjet Titanium. Chad with the Tenable Fenrir Silver and Blue Frag Pattern and Micro. Oh boy. I'm going to get lost. Oh my gosh. And a Micro Glycon D&E Black and Silver. Sam Sandoval's carrying a Vosteed Porcupine today. El Medicine with a Victorinox Compact and a Wubin G5. Tiger Rawlings with the O-Knife Duron and a Vosteed Martin Off-Grid Sidekick Scout Carry. Gus with the RS Chaos. Oh yeah. This dude Paul with the Purple Fat Carbon Militar. The real JC's carrying the Leatherman Skeletal. Jesse's got the COVID in Cindy and Matriarch 2. Sibald C with the, said laid off Pete was just looking at the Hedgehog. Sonny Robinson with the CJRB Alt Pyrite Murdered and Kaiser Drop Bear, both off Blade Binge. He just got them recently. Cat Scratch carried the Olight Ultra Arkfeld and a clip and a new ProTech TR3 Integrity he bought from Dave Winup, Watch Fair San Francisco. War Room EDC with the Cold Steel Swift 3. Oh my gosh. The TRM Atom, the Tuya Mutt, and the Aries Damascus Spike. Fong Deep with the Demco Shark Cub Slicer. Mr. Ken Faulkner carried the CRK Large and Cosi. The Bradford Guardian 3. The Finch Hellfire Voodoo and the American Bladeworks Slip Joint. Very nice. Very nice. Remind me, I'll put up a link for the entry video. Some folks can't get in it for some reason. I don't know why. We got to get that figured out. Ooh, boy, oh my goodness. I'm going to lose track. Gone Fishing with the carbon fiber M390 Covalent and a Smithcraft Knives fixed blade made with 5259 ball bearing steel in the bag. Tim Titus is carrying the Civivi 6 Go with the black Nitro V blade and green micarta scales. Also, the Civivi Cindy with the Nitro V blade and green micarta scales, and the Olight Baton 4, green and gold. Leon, Cold Steel Recon Tonto with the shoulder holster and Fox Shilling cutter into pocket. Renee Ramon with the Chavez RCK9, number 15. Chavez Chubb OTF and a Demco 8020.5. Dwayne K is talking about if you want to donate, what to do. Paper Tiger with the CRKT Provoke and a William Henry T10 carbon fiber Lancet. Prado, the new concept Pelican EDC, Axle Shift V1, Kubi Dust Devil, and around the neck, and both new and awesome new version of the Arkfeld. Can't talk about them, LOL. John Ricks, Ontario Rat 1.5 Magna Cut, Ontario Rat 2 and S35VN, Olight i3T EOS, and the Leatherman Surge. Finally, Kimber Ultra Carry 2. Dylan Garcia said, dead serious. I have multiple of the same kind. Don't want to give away what I'd like to send you, but I'd like to send you one for your personal collection. Dude, I would be forever grateful. Wow, that would be awesome. It would be my very first one, man. I really appreciate that. That is very cool. That is very cool. Grim Drake carried the Petrified Fish Viper and Halloween Olight Arc Flex. Old Man on the Ridge, the OG OT Orange 7.5 with the EF 135 under the seat backup in my Gladiator. Jim Miller, Dog 1 horizontal on the belt. I have 3. Raybo, Civivi Cache, Red Black G Mascus. Miklo EDC with the Microtech stitch with Lex Customs titanium tungsten Cerakote scales. Wow. Backcountry Dave has said my new as of yesterday concept Eagle Strike and Dark Wash titanium and S35VN. Richard Randall carried a Baton Turbo and a Kaiser Original. Moonlight Patriot with the Kershaw Cinder Olight free deal and my number 2 pencil. James David carried a Civivi Hyperpulse. Katana Smith is carrying a U. Scotty H, what's up, Scotty H? Carrying a Kaiser Towser K. Scotty H is where I got this crazy Kubi right here that we were talking about. Ghost Keeper with the MBK Wolverine and Purple Haze Camino. Prado was talking. Kerplop said random Civivi and Damascus LC9S exact Exotac Bic Mini, unrelated Olight Arkfeld 2. That's not unrelated. That's EDC gear, man. Leon said, tomorrow's my birthday, and I finally get my Kunwu Pulsar XL. Happy birthday, Leon. Dog One said, this is the best hobby community. Hardworking day. I came here. It's Grin City. That's awesome, dude. Chris Everson carried the Tenable Shard and one of his new Kaiser Buddies, both with PEI scales. Mark Dodson carried a bottle opener and 5CR15 excessively. Kaiser Mad Tato and 154 CM. Lord Loki said, sorry, I had to dip out for a few minutes. BJB carried the Kaiser Drop Bear, Kaiser Banish, and the multi-tool, and his multi-tool. Todd Phillips said, okay, do not need free stuff to like the channel. Toe Jammer said 80-20.5 with OG titanium scales, Olight Arkfeld Pro, and the weight of the world. I hear you, man. Michael Thruckeld said Kaiser Mini Roach. Raybo said, I love my Mad Tonto. Gus Garcia just got the Serge Pachenko Slip 5 Nebula carbon fiber. What do you think of Serge knives? I've never handled them. Michael Lawrence said, definitely have to have a Microtech Ultratech. I was sold when I saw one hammered into a 2x4 multiple times and never misfired once. You know, I have heard a lot of people talk about the Microtech Ultratech. That is one that I definitely know that name. Katana Smith said, carrying a Han Fu 4-inch 14C blade, ceramic bearings, micarta scales, plus cold steel Canadian belt knife in the pocket. Knives of Gear Insight said, my work carry, my customized Manix 2, my desk play knives, North Mountain Blades, salmon layered Quaken, Asher Spiro frag tie, premium Kaiser Mini Momo with Damascus and shredded carbon fiber, and a custom Bridgeport Bodie LL. Dapper carried a Civivi Tactictoris in Damascus. Mav 1864 with the Vision FG. Excessively said, your mom loves my Mad Tonto. BFV Gunner said, good night, all. I'm carrying the back pin in my pocket, and it's time to go stretch out and rest. Have a good night, man. Eric Grimm said, Kaiser Parakeet here. Get some rest, Gunner. Adventure 50s carrying the Artisan Cutlery Rebel, Waxed Wing Sheetan Fixie, Leatherman Sidekick, and a Workhorse TS12. Ken Shock said, sorry I'm late. Live at the Hive, baby. Hey, everyone. What's up, Ken? Lord Loki said, carried my Best Tech Toucan and Condor Kukri again today. Michael Lawrence said, Knives and Gear Insights got me that Mini Momo too. Love it. That's cool stuff. People gifting knives is a very cool thing. Let's turn these lights back on. I turned off lights so it wouldn't burn through my eyes. Get some light back on. Lord Loki carried the Best Tech 2. I just read that. Chad said, if you like the Microtech Ultratech, then you need to check out Microtech ZBP. Yeah, I am not familiar with Microtech. Dog One said, Pinchenko is excellent. Wish I made more money. Very unique maker. Prado said, also have a Miguron vein right here from the one and only Boo Fam. Chad said, zero blade play. Oh, is that the OTF that doesn't have blade play? Is that the one you're talking about? I can say that I've handled a couple that people had on them at Blade Show. The more slender OTFs, if I had a more slender and not a big boxy OTF, that I wouldn't mind carrying because, you know, I have a lot of pockets. ZBP is next in the cart, said Michael Lawrence. ZBP. Dwayne K just put up a link to the entry video. Let's see, entry video. For some reason, some folks are having a little trouble getting into it. I'm going to post a link also. I don't know why you would have trouble. When I post it, I'm not having any trouble getting in there. Zero ZBP, zero blade play. Oh, thank you, Mr. Obvious. I just made the connection. I do not do well with acronyms. I'm telling you, people at work use acronyms, and I'm like, what is that? Well, why can't you just say it? James David said, thumbs up, everyone. Cat Scratch said, I handled a Microtech ZDP, and it is pretty amazing. Oh, okay. Miklo EDC said, picked up 2 Ozark Trail 7.5s in orange with the perfect blade play. Jim Miller said, Beez, didn't you handle Rocky's Deadlock at Blade Show? Rocky's Deadlock. I think I handled all of his knives, so I probably did. If Rocky had it at Blade Show, I probably did, but I just don't remember what it was because he had like a ton of knives. I wouldn't remember. I'd have to look it up. Henry said, I passed tests in college with acronyms. Dylan said, I will get that in the mail for you, Beez. Thank you, man. That is the coolest thing ever. Thank you so much. I'm going to have my first Microtech. Wow. Now I got to... no, never mind. Miklos EDC said, love my little wug out. What's a wug out? So you passed tests in college with acronyms. Jim Miller said a $3,500 OTF. Oh, I handled a $3,500 OTF. Are you sure? That I'm not so sure about. I don't know that I've handled a $3,500 OTF. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Chad said, got it. $3,500 OTF. Is that what the zero blade play? Is that what that is? Is that a $3,500 knife? Dwayne K said, what is this new saying, touch grass I'm seeing? I had a bully shove grass in my mouth when I was 5. I'm on the edge head. Woo, finally made it back to the hive. Glad you're here. I'm on the edge. This is some of the stuff we've been talking about. Knives that were on the channel this week. Let's see. Oh, I'm surprised Ramet hasn't stopped by to say hi. Maybe they're running late tonight. They usually stop by and say hi for the Hive stream's over. I mean, I guess it's only 10:15. I got to tell you, though, Joe's Garage said some of the deadlocks are that much. Wow. This is the newest Rhino. It's a little warm in this Rhino. But this is the premium Rhino with M390 and carbon fiber. Carbon fibre. Miklo said, I took the wug out to the KME and it's slicey now. Michael Lawrence said, no Beez. Reference ZBP Ultratech runs about 400 or 450. Ah, okay. Touch Grass is saying you spend too much time inside on the internet and need to get out in the real world. Ah, okay. Lord Loki said, anyone in here have any shed knives? Cat Scratch said Ultratech ZDP is about 380. Deadlocks are about 2,500. Both the zero blade play. Wow, deadlock that's something. Dwayne K said, can you look and see if that Rhino is using a liner lock actuated by the button? I already have, and I can tell you this is a plunge lock. Is a plunge lock. I don't know that Ramet has gone. If they haven't, they need to. I don't think they've done any button actuated liner locks yet. This one is a plunge lock. We can look at it on the big screen here. If I only had a flashlight, point this right at my face. See right here? It is a plunge lock. Dun, 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 dun. Has really good action. Feels good. Mick Ranger said, "Ugh, I'm back. Had to change my sheets. Freaking cat brought me a present." Dead bird. Jim Miller said, "Lord Loki, I've handled several. They're tanks. Deadlocks are like customs from Hawk Knives." Okay. Miklo EDC said, "Let's find people selling a Microtech Stitch Ramlock Outbreak series." The Ramlock, the Microtech Stitch Ramlock looks pretty cool. It has, like, I've never handled one, but it looks neat. I don't know that I've ever checked out a Ramlock yet. I'll get to see him at Blade Show, as long as I remember to check them out. As long as Ken Faulkner stays on his game and says, "Don't forget, man, you got to check out Microtech." Booths that I honestly walk past. There's two that are coming to mind are Medford and Microtech. I have stopped at Hinderer and looked at Hinderer. Haven't quite found. I didn't have one jump out at me. What's up, Danston EDC? Sebald C said, "Do you own a cold steel knife?" Yes, I do have some cold steels. I have 3 or 4 cold steels. Lord Loki said, "I helped to make the 2024 collection and 2025 collection. I did all the 3D models and CNC tool pads for them." Right up here is the Cold Steel Frenzy. Right here. This was a gift from Top Dog. Look at that bad boy. S35VN blade steel, baby. Yeah, let's get back here so we can get some light. There's the Cold Steel Frenzy. This thing, I've actually carried this quite a few times. I cut my 50th birthday cake with it. It disappears in your pocket. It's so much knife, but yet it's not. It's snot. Yeah, I have the 80 Cold Steel 8015. I have the Cold Steel. I can't remember what it's called. I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. Oh, you know what? I was trying to figure out where my big banter was, and it's up here. And then I have this Tucson that was gifted. And then I have from Top Dog, I have the Wasp. And then I have this knife right here. I don't know, you guys can't even see me. I have this knife right here that was made for me by none other than Keith the Knife Freak. Put that dude right there. And then I might as well go grab it since we're talking about cold steel, because I can't remember. It's slipping my mind. That's why I want to show it. What the lock is called. It is, it's slipping my mind right now. What the lock is called. I should have brought a flashlight with me. Let's see, I got this cold steel right here. And then I have the Cold Steel Code 4. And I guess I don't have that many cold steels. I have the Cold Steel. I guess I don't have many cold steels. I have the Cold Steel Tough Light and the Tough Light Mini. I have the Cold Steel 8015. Here's the Cold Steel Code 4. Matter of fact, all of my cold steels, all 3 of them. Or no, I was going to say they were all gifted, but I bought the 8015. This is the non-Tonto version. I bought my brother the Tonto version. He really likes it. Miklo said, "Going to sell my first son for a Borka. The Code 4 is a great knife," said Scotty H. This is the Code 4 with the drop point blade. My brother has the Tonto. I kind of like the Tonto blade. Maybe a little better. Maybe. There's that, and then this one. What is it? Okay, I can't remember. What's the name of the lock on this? What's the name of this lock? What's the name of this knife? It is. I was racking my brain. That's why I had to go get it. I cannot remember it. Why can I not remember the name of this knife? Probably says it right on it. No, it doesn't. What is the name of this knife? Show how the lock works if you can, said Joe's Garage. The Cold Steel Engage. S35VN blade steel, baby. The shark lock? No, this one isn't the shark lock. The Atlas lock. Yes, thank you. The cold steel engage with the Atlas lock. Oh, see how my brain works? This one is pretty cool. Let's see. It engages in 3 different places. See down underneath? See it moving down in there? Let's see. There's an angle. If you see underneath down in there, it engages. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Cold steel engage. It locks around the tang. One of the strongest knife locks in the world. Gone Fishing said, I said that. Lol. Duck is a duck. Dwayne K said, I have the 2.5 inch and the 3 inch models. Katana Smith said, S35VN become one of my favorite steels. L-Max is another. I have the Cold Steel Frenzy. Yes, Ken. Is my chat behind? Maybe my chat is behind a little bit. Because there's the Frenzy. Dog One said 3 points of contact. Great lock. What's up, S. Hines? How you doing? There's another knife I want to grab from Cold Steel. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Let me grab it and go over here to my cold, where I believe I have all my Cold Steels. I thought I did. Yeah. This is, I guess I don't have that many Cold Steels. Huh. Yeah. Here's my 8015. So I have a few Cold Steels. Probably because Cold Steel doesn't send me knives. I've never asked. Brandon Heilman's been a member for 4 months with a super chat. Brandon, he said, what's up, Beez? What's up, man? Hope you're having a great Friday night, and I hope you're going to have a great weekend. Here's the Cold Steel 8015, which is fun. Has good texture on it. This one is different. But boy, is it a beast. I mean, it is a beast. It's a total beast. The 8015 is no joke. It's not messing around. I can open it I could close it easier with my left hand than my right hand. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of something to do with dexterity. Oh yeah, I have an 80-20. I have 2 80-20.5s. I forgot about those. They're in a different case. I have 80-20.5s. James said the 80-15 is surprisingly fidgety. Come here. Hello, puppy. Hello, puppy. Do you have any hot steel knives or just cold steel? Nope, just cold steel. Ladies and gentlemen, Bogart is in the hive. Say, I'm just a baby. Let's try to help Todd Phillips get a link, see if he can. All you got to do to enter is leave a comment on that video. See if we can get a picture of me and Bogart. That'll be a good one. I know. He's very focused for some reason. Brian F. said, I have a few cold steel knives. S. Hines said, hi, guys. I love our community we have in the hive. Hello, man. Oh, it's a Dimco. Bogey boy.
You know what I would like to know?
Why? Why? Yeah. What?
Where did my glasses go?
I don't know.
Like the case is down here, but the glasses are not. And they never take them upstairs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you put them somewhere when you were cleaning or something?
No, I never moved your glasses. That's where they'd be, is right there. You think you might have worn them upstairs?
Nope. I always take them off and put them in the case.
That's really weird.
I think you moved them.
You want me to go grab your other ones?
No.
You
I'm not
sure?
gonna be down very long. Yeah.
Well, I want you to be able to read.
I mean, I could read. It's just going to take me a hot minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Beez is in the hive.
Hi.
Mick Ranger has some cool green scales on his 8015.
Hello. These bladers. That was so slow.
Joe's Garage said, my dog is watching your dog on TV.
Your dog is watching our dog watch your dog watch our dog.
Michael Lawrence got the compression lock raccoon today. He said, Jeebus Chrysler, it's so nice. Jeebus Chrysler.
Never heard that before.
Oh, that's awesome. Ken Faulkner wants to know what we ate tonight.
I'll do my pocket check first because that would be faster. Nothing. I didn't carry a pocket knife for the last 2 days. I had extra itty bitty pockets, and
She did have knives with her, however, in her purse.
I was just too lazy to find one. We had Chinese for dinner.
Mine was spicy. My first bite, I got like a
I watched City Knives.
piece of pepper stuck in my throat. They made mine nice and spicy.
Isn't that what you always want?
Yeah. It's just not when a piece of pepper, spicy pepper, gets stuck in your flapperdoodle.
I don't know what a flapperdoodle is.
The thing that switches from your esophagus to your stomach.
Sure. You say so. I went to a Chinese buffet yesterday. I don't think I really like Chinese buffets. For some reason, every time I've gone, it's just been not very good.
Maybe you haven't gone to the right ones.
I mean, you took me to your favorite one.
Aaron D said I carried 2 concept Apollos and a concept Bison. Yeah, I've never moved them.
It's just peculiar. I just don't know.
Yeah, that's something I would never, like, there's things that I would never move. Is that them?
Yeah, who put them in this?
So her glasses have been here the whole time. I put them in my glasses case.
That's rude.
Yeah. Found them.
No, I found them. That was rude.
Found them.
I mean, they're still technically not the right glasses, but they're there. Busted. Six teriyaki sticks. Watch City Knives says, we had Yang Ming Chinese food tonight. I ate 6 beef teriyaki sticks.
Brian F said, we went to a new local Mexican restaurant tonight. Absolutely amazing food.
Last time we went to our local Mexican restaurant, it was
Wah, wah. Roger Baker said, you don't want to get spicy pepper stuck in your flopperdoodle. Exactly.
Nick Ranger says, hey, Mrs. Beez, before you came down, Beez told us he was going to play a trick with your glasses. Was that like 2 or 3 weeks ago? Because that's how long they've been missing.
None for now said, I made a stack of Legos to put under my work sharp to help with movement. It works. Oh, that's a good idea. Kerplop said, my friends were in a band called Jesus Chrysler.
Cherry Coke Zero time yet, Beez?
I know Cherry Coke Zero for me tonight. Because I want to be able to go to sleep after the live stream. So I brought down a baby Sprite. We only had 1 Sprite Zero, and then I brought
You drank my last Sprite.
Well, I had to drink. I didn't have any. If I wouldn't have drank that, I wouldn't have had any fizz at all.
Learn how to drink water.
I have to have some fizz.
Learn how to drink water. That's
You
rude.
pass my water, please?
No. That's what you get.
Yeah, so I'm going to be drinking some water out of my Swiss Tech.
So you
thingy.
lose my glasses, then you steal my last baby Sprite. Who are you?
I know.
Watching this as I grill steak for dinner tonight. No seasoning, just salt and pepper.
So salt and pepper. Did somebody ask about the rhino?
I don't know.
I think it's a little further up.
Is that the rhino you just had holding up?
Yes, here's a link where you can go check it out.
If you knew they asked about the rhino, I
just saw rhino and I didn't know what the rest of it said.
Oxygen.
I was trying to multitask.
We all know how good that is.
Here's the new fancy
but water
rhino.
doesn't burn your throat. That's true, Doinke.
But
why don't you get like bubbly water?
Bubbly waters. I went through bubbly waters. The only bubbly water that I found that I really like is Clearly Canadian, and it's expensive.
Is it?
I need to explore and find some more bubbly waters, but they all taste weird.
Yeah, because it's caffeinated or it's hydrogenated water. What is it called?
Fizzinated.
That's not the right word.
What's the word?
What's the word?
Carbonated.
Carbonated.
It has carbon in it.
Lord Loki says, Beez, can I send you my prototype fixed blade to check out if you're not into fixed blades? It's all good.
Yeah, you can send it for me to check out. It's a matter of how long you want to be without the knife. In all honesty, I have about 50 knives in the queue. So I could end up having that knife for a long time. So that's the only thing to keep in mind.
You extra sleepy tonight? They've both been passed out upstairs.
Thomas Wheeler said Coke Zero has water in it.
Does it though? Do we not have Coke Zero? Isn't Coke Zero technically non-caffeinated?
Oh, it's caffeinated. That's why I'm not drinking. We have cherry Coke Zero upstairs, and it sounds really good.
Then what is the point of Coke Zero?
The no sugar. Yeah, zero calories.
$5 here's for pupper treat.
Kerplop with the $5 hair super chat. Puppy seems zonked out.
I told you he's very sleepy.
He ate 1.25 pounds of tube food.
Have you tried Kroger or Dollar General sparkling water, lemon, lime, or peach or coconut? Glenn K said's good.
Now, you know one that I like is the Ice brand sparkling water. Those are good.
Those are like 89 cents at Kroger.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I ought to get some of those.
Drippy. Well, let me tell you, I let them out to go peyote, and this little dude would not come back in to save my life.
Why not?
Because that unaltered male was in our front yard earlier, and he was on it.
Yeah.
Like his nose was in the grass, and he was just following the trail.
Oh.
And then I would be like, "What are you doing?" He'll look at me for 2 seconds, and he's like, "Nope, I got to sniff."
Yep. Tell them about that, Mrs. Beez.
There's an unaltered male in our front yard.
A dog.
I mean, it's pretty much what I just said. No,
Yeah.
I pulled into the driveway after work today.
Quick note. Michael Lawrence said he was pooping.
No.
Oh,
Really?
that perked his ears up.
Ignore him. He's being rude. You're sleepy.
Chad Krause said you need to drink alkaline water.
You're just so sleepy. Yeah, you're just a sleepy puppy.
Poland lime flavor is sparkling water.
So I got
has.
home from work, and there was a random dog in our front yard, and in my brain is like, yes, I'm gonna catch a dog today, because I absolutely love catching stray dogs for some reason, because
and returning them to their owners.
Because I'm weird. I don't know. It's like a
she likes getting dogs back to their owners.
It's a life passion. Mainly I see dogs all the time. That's probably why. So I pull in, and it's like a shepherdy pit mix thing. I don't know. I honestly couldn't even tell you, because he didn't really look like a shepherd, but he didn't really look like a pit either. But he had a nice boxy head, and he was black and brown. So that's
black and yellow.
That's why I got the two. So he was snooter sniffing in a front yard. I rolled down my window and I said, "Excuse me, sir, I don't think you live here." He looked at me, his tail goes straight up, and then his hackles from the shoulder to the tail are all up. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not catching you.
Yeah, never
I
mind.
just rolled out my window and pulled in the driveway.
Yep.
And then he took off running, and he had a choker chain on, plus I'm assuming it was a shock collar or some sort of like recall collar. Obviously was not working.
Yeah.
So he took off down the street, and this guy is just slowly sauntering down the road. And it's just kind of like, he's like holding his arm out, like hitting a button. And the dog like looks at him and then just huffs it. He's like, "Bye, I got freedom." And then the owner kind of like trotted for 2 seconds, and then he went back to running. I'm like, "Sir, your dog is loose in a neighborhood where there are people and other dogs out. You need to have a little more gusto, a little more pep in your step to get this dog." He finally did catch him. So
Experience Precision with the $20 super chat.
oh my goodness.
He's stretching?
Big stretchies.
Yeah, he's got a full belly. He ate 1.25 pounds
That was like
of soft food. I don't know what you call it. The food that you buy that's cold in the cold thing at the dog food aisle.
Called dog food.
Yeah.
In the fridge.
Soft food. And it's in a giant tube. You cut pieces of it off.
Cube food.
He ate 1.25 pounds.
You're so sleepy.
Yeah, he's seepy.
My goodness. Ugh, he's also very drooly.
Well, yeah. If I see the owner out with the dog off leash again, I'm gonna say, hey, bro, just a note. If your dog happens to come into our yard,
Pew, pew, pew.
there's gonna be a bad scuffle because our dog is not gonna have it.
Oh yeah, that was my first thought too. I was like, "Ooh, I'm so glad our dogs are not outside." Baloney roll.
Bogart would not be having that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Berkeley wouldn't care, but Bogart would not be happy. And if another dog tore into my dog, it would unfortunately be pew pew pew.
I think that Berkeley would do more than what we suspect.
If something was going on, Berkeley would get involved.
You don't think he would like jump in, like start it?
I don't think he would start it. He would come up to him, but I don't think he would start it. Now he wouldn't. I don't think he would be abused. Let another dog take on him. Hi, puppy. Come here, puppy.
You kind of stink.
Come
like
here.
a rotten
The Mr.
egg.
Fancy Pants Pupper's food. Well, it's because he doesn't eat that a lot. Come here, puppy. Come on. Come on. Come on, puppy.
Come on, say hi.
You look sad. Come here, puppy. Come on, puppers. Good boy. You're good puppies.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
You stop.
Yes.
You got lots to say.
There's the open mouth. There's the puppy.
My golly.
There you go.
That was rude.
He was like half asleep.
Is Dad roughing you up? I kissed your snoot, just so you know.
Snooters.
I got your snoot.
English setters take no guff, said Jim
Oh,
Miller.
that went in my nose hole.
Gotcha.
That went in my
Got her.
nose hole.
Oh, you're just a puppy. Just a baby.
Donder says my Chihuahua used to put its hackles up. We used to put him to tell his we always told him to put his mohawk away. Man, Chihuahuas are the hardest things to catch when they're running amok. I feel like we had a small dog running loose on our street not too long ago, and I tried to catch him, and those things are just so like right, left, quick. At least a big dog, you can kind of anticipate where they're moving because they're not as fast. But those little dogs, they get around your ankles, and you're just not fast enough for them.
I think he's sitting on his tail.
Sounds like your neighborhood needs a dog socialization day every month.
Yeah. He's just a baby.
There was a little chihuahua, as I like to call him, down around on one of the ways I walk. And he was just out in his front yard minding his own business. And his owner was out front. He was going potty. that was good.
Wow, that was like Batman.
So it was like,
that was precision right there.
And it was so cute because I had headphones on and I was walking in the corner and the dog starts kicking and like you can tell he was growling.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner was like, I couldn't hear what she was saying the dog's name was. She's like, would you stop it? She's not even in our yard. Leave her alone. She's just walking by.
What's he doing?
I'm rubbing his face.
Oh.
And as I kept walking, he was like slowly following behind me.
Yeah.
And he was still like kicking his feet like, this is my house. Don't come near me. So, of course, I had to move my headphones. And I was like, maybe it's she's like, oh, he thinks he's so big and bad. I was like, ferocious.
Ferocious.
I would be terrified.
Like our dogs, when we're walking by other dogs or something, and if they come up, like a lady that walks the Sheltie, like they're okay with other dogs. It's just that I don't know what he would do if a dog just came into our yard on its own without an owner and without humans present. I have the feeling that he might not be too happy about it.
I don't think you'd be happy.
I don't
at
think
all.
he'd be too happy at all.
His ear stinks.
Jim Miller with the 5 beezblades gifted membership super chat. Will you put him up on the screen?
I will.
And Dog One, Roger Baker, Cat Scratch, Christopher Wheeling, and Ashley Shaw were all gifted memberships by Mr. Jim Miller.
Where in the world?
Katana Smith said big fishing nets fits Chihuahuas.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Just imagine somebody out there with a big fishing net trying to catch butterflies.
Yeah. Dog One said, Jim, yay, I've been waiting a month for green fonts.
We got some green fonts.
Yeah.
Top dog, top diggity dog. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
What are you smelling?
Puppy smells something.
Yeah, he does.
What do you smell in the air, puppy?
What is it?
He's snooter sniffing.
What are you smelling?
What are you snooter sniffing?
Did you fart? Now you're smelling it. Is that what this is about?
Christopher Whelan said, I was already a member. Someone else got that. Jim Miller, thanks for the membership. I appreciate it very much, said Todd Carr. Dog One said, thank you, Jim. Most excellent blue.
Hello, splitting slices.
Splitting all the slices.
Yeah. Pizza.
Someone said, hello, Mrs. Beez.
Hello.
Top Dog did.
How are you? Oh, that's because I sang a song.
Dwayne K said, I've only been bit once, and that was by a small poodle when I was selling spices for middle school. Got me at the ladies' door when it ran out.
I have been bitten by a pit bull. Boop, boop, boop. It wasn't bad, though. I do have a small scar on my arm. Ooh, thank you.
Cat Scratch also
Cat
got a
Scratch
Metal
Fever.
Complex membership tonight.
Hey, sir, you need to.
He just can't sit still. He's like his pop. Oh, you got to do your check. Mrs. Bees wants to know what everybody bought that was in their shopping cart last week.
I didn't buy anything.
The last week or two. I don't think you did it last
We
week.
did it
you?
half last week.
She half did it last week.
Yeah, because you went upstairs to use the restroom.
Oh,
we did
yeah,
a-
the whole restroom situation
the
last week.
whole you should have listened to your wife when she told you the chicken was bad situation.
Oh. Mick Ranger said, I got bit.
I thought he was peeing for a second. He was just stretching again.
Mick said, I got bit right in the head by an English pointer when I was 8.
Bought a Kaiser Little Grand.
Frank Frost said, Bees looks extra furry tonight. Yep.
There's a guy at work who literally his beard is so perfect. It looks like one of those fake ones that you glue on.
That means he spends a lot of time working on that. I think he said I was extra furry because I had a dog in my lap. Lord Loki said I had my most of my bottom lip bit off by a dog, but I can't hate him.
That hurts.
Michael Lawrence said I bought the most expensive Beezblades membership that was in my cart.
Selling Cub Scout popcorn, and dog jumped up and bit me in the shoulder as I went to leave the house. Honestly, I thought you were selling popcorn right now, and I got a little excited.
When I was like 5 or 6, I was bitten by my grandpa's Weimaraner at the farm. It was a minor bite. Kerplop said no spoiled chicken tonight, huh?
No. Well, I hope not. I mean, I did have chicken from the Chinese place.
Dwayne K said almost got bit by a pit bull when a woman opened a door when I was talking to her about air conditioning unit. I moved the arm just in time. Woman had to open the door and tackle the dog before it turned to try to bite me. Fat Gandalf bought a Sativian ST112 last week. D2 green micarta, $20. The Sativian ST112 is really nice. Michael Lawrence said best purchase in a long time. Thank you, Michael Lawrence. Michael Lawrence is the one and only ultimate bees keeper. Ultimate. Happy Knife said just picked up the Arcform Slim Foot. Such an awesome knife. You know, I've had one Arcform Slim Foot that it was gifted to me by Peter Miller, and he said you can keep it or give it away, whatever you want to do. And I felt guilty keeping it, and I gave it away, and Voo Fam won it. And I kind of wish I had kept it now.
Thank you, D.
Brian F said, when I was a teenager, my brother's friend dog bit me on the leg. He was intact, so I kicked him in the sack. Dog never came near me again.
That's a solid option.
Mick Ranger got 18 stitches from that bite.
I got no stitches.
Excessively said, I was bitten by a rabid dog in Paraguay when I was 9, and I had to be flown to the States for hundreds of shots to the stomach. That was before they had the new vaccines in the 70s.
Oh,
wow.
That sounds traumatic and awful.
Well, I'm glad they were able to save you, because rabies, like once it gets to your brain, it's all over. Danston said, I ordered a pair of 3 all black G10 DLC S45VN. Congratulations. Mrs. Beez is doing a, oh yeah. When Mrs. Beez is doing her shopping cart check. Oh yeah, that's separate. Like what's in your shopping cart or what did you buy? Or is it the same thing?
Same thing.
Oh, okay. Don't forget, channel members, when Mrs. Beez is doing her what did you buy check, we've got the shopping cart emoji.
Hydrophobia is no joke. Did you know? Did I already tell you? I saw an article or a clip of a sea lion, seal, one of the two, had gotten rabies. And it's like super rare. I really wish I knew which one it was. I think it was a seal.
Wow.
And they became like super aggressive. And obviously it's passed with saliva. So it would start to attack like its pod, herd, gathering, whatever it is.
Oh no.
And it would be going after the little pups because the pups were just hanging out and they're not as fast as the adults. And it makes you hydrophobic. So like you're a water animal afraid of water.
Oh.
How crazy. But again, it's like super rare. So
wow.
yeah. Hi, best friend.
Chef Rocky with a $20 hair super chat. He said, "Sup, suckers. Love to you and yours. Can't wait to give you hugs."
Soon enough, sir. Soon enough.
Hey, Ken Faulkner, can we get an update on the countdown, the Blade Show 2025 countdown? Jim Miller just ordered the wood Sisea and used my link. Jim Miller has one of these bad boys on the way.
Ooh, Brian F. said, worst bite, though, was from a neighbor's cat. Hand swelling so bad the skin was splitting.
Oh,
yeah, cat bites are no joke.
Cat bites, they have bacteria in them. Oh, yeah. I just posted a link to the Sisea. Jim Miller's got one of these bad boys on the way.
What?
Look at that dude. It's slicey, man. You're going to like it. Yeah, cat bites, I've heard they can be really bad. Kerplop said, my friend was riding a bike on a reservation land. A dog charged him and started biting. He shot the dog. The reservation police wanted to charge him.
Wow.
How much did they want to charge him?
29 days, 7 hours, and 11 minutes. When are we getting a Beez knife design production knife?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to ask Beez.
My head is itchy.
Fat Gandalf said, we had a juvenile raccoon with rabies hanging out in the front of the neighbors. There's nothing like looking into the eyes of an animal with rabies.
Did you take it home and make it your best friend like some people would probably try?
Milan Labe said, sheesh, that's gorgeous. They're not expensive. They're not that bad. They're not expensive. They might be less than $50.
Did I buy anything this week?
I don't know. Did you buy anything in your shopping cart?
Oh, I guess I bought 2 sweatshirts for work, which really isn't that exciting. I got a pair of work pants.
Well, that's exciting. You got new pants.
What else did I get?
I bought some new targets for the range. Me and Mrs. Beez went to class this Thursday at the range. We'll be in shooting competitions before you know it. Mick Ranger said, my 200-pound mastiff attacked my baby boxer and bit a hole through his head and the roof of his mouth. It was a disaster. Oh, my gosh. Fat Gandalf said, I'm browsing your Amazon store as we speak. Ooh.
The last thing I purchased on Amazon was...
What's up, BEDC?
Back May 3rd. And that was fingernail polish. Dip powder.
Dip powder.
Yeah. I think those are the only things I got.
Have a good night, Iowa K. He said, gotta go. Y'all stay up too late for my early morning fishing trips. Must be rough, man. Must be rough.
I wonder what it's like to do an early morning fishing trip.
I don't know. Maybe we should plan one.
Maybe.
El Medicine said, your body instinctively knows to fear when it sees animals showing signs of rabies.
Hi, Michael.
Dwayne K said, the Sisea I have an S35EN and titanium is nice. Love the textured scales on it.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'd like to have the one in S35EN too. I'm a little jelly.
I'm loving that.
Mick Ranger said, that cost me $5K for surgery. The vet from the Phoenix Zoo did the surgery, but it was worth every penny. Milan Labe said, I'm loving the blade shape. Experience Precision just put up a link to the TS Prof Pioneer. You can use Beez Blades code beezblades5 for 5% off anything at TS Prof.
Renee says, I bought my wife 3 dresses with pockets, smart man, for Mother's Day, and I bought 1,000 balls for a ball pit for my son's birthday next month.
Wow.
Those both sound like fantastic gifts that I would also enjoy.
I'm putting a link to this in the description. They are 25% off right now. I can't remember. Aren't they less than $50? Thank you, Experience Precision. Just put up my link where you can get 5% off anything at TS Prof.
What is that?
This is the CJRB Sasaya.
I wonder if my boss would like that.
Might.
Maybe.
Slicey. This one has
Good
the
night,
wood
David.
scales, and then this one has G10. They're slightly contoured. Ken Faulkner said 29 days, 7 hours, and 7 minutes till Blade Show. Yeah.
Sir, your ear stings.
Hey, Jim
like
Miller,
dirty
it's
feet.
64, but that's before the 25% off. So what 25% off of 64.48?
I don't know the word.
25% off is a lot. Let's see, 64.48 times 25%, $16.12 off of that, minus $16.12, $48.36 for the Saya. So yeah, less than $50 for this knife right here.
Gooby dooby.
$48.
Oh, I got it.
Katana Smith said, missed the part of the shepherd biting dad before dad tackled him and bit the end of the dog's ear off. Oh my.
Ooh.
Heavy Steel said, hey Beez, I got my Kaiser Pioneer. It rocks. That's awesome.
I need to remember to call the vet.
Oh yeah, we need to make an appointment for big guy. Civivi also offers government discounts. Aston Man said, Beez, or anyone who owns one, is the lock bar on my new Demco AD 20.5 supposed to be sharp and hurt when sliding back and up, or am I being a wuss? Yes. I mean, no, it's not supposed to be, but on the AD 20.5, I know what you're talking about.
What?
Where's my AD 20.5?
Yeah, BC Pop-Up's home. He's literally standing right next to you.
Where is my AD 20.5? I think I moved it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne K dropped a link for 10% off code for nice pivot lube. Sorry.
Get yourself some KPL.
KPL.
Where's my 20.5?
I don't know, but
right there.
my socks are half on, half off.
50% off. So if you get Shark Lock, an AD 20.5, sometimes the edge right here, that doesn't show it well. Let's do that. Well, that steel is cold. It's cold steel. You okay, Mrs. Beez?
I'm tired. I just want to be lazy. Supreme Taco said just ordered a green Romet woodpecker last night. Very excited for it to come in.
Very nice. Right here, the edge can be a little sharp.
Are you eating cat food?
Bogart. Sometimes the edge right here can be a little sharpish to the touch. All you have to do is any of your sharpening stones, just put some tape. Okay, put some blue painter's tape along underneath here so you don't scratch your scales. Okay.
Scratch your scales.
So put some painter's tape right here on the scales so you don't scratch them up, right? All you're wanting to do is just go across the edge of this with some sandpaper or with like a 800 grit or 600 grit stone, just barely, just run up and down it, feel it, run up and down it, feel it, and it'll be gone. It'll be that easy, and then you won't have that rough edge, because where the blades are stamped or whatever it is they do, it's a little sharp right there. Gone Fishing said, my math lessons are going to unappreciated. Ga, ga, ga. Lord Loki said, if you want a good knife lube, just get red tacky synthetic grease and some synthetic motor oil and mix to like a honey or less. You'll never run out. Also great for gun lube. Asty Man said, cool, thanks, Beez. Yeah, just protect your scales with some tape and just run it up and down the edge of a really lightly. Don't put any pressure. Just run it lightly. Feel it. Run it lightly. Feel it. And you'll see, you'll be like, okay, that's good.
Where is it?
Ken Faulkner said, oh, I guess you can do that also. Do what? What did I miss?
I don't know. I'm checking on my animals.
Kaiser Gemini with PEI Ultim handle is half off on Amazon. Never had it. Is that worth the 45 for Nitro V and that handle material? Yeah, dude, that's a great price for a Kaiser Gemini. The Gemini is a fantastic knife, dude. You will love the Gemini. I like the one with the PEI scales too.
You'll also like the way you look when you carry it.
You're gonna like the way it looks. Kaiser Gemini. Yeah. So wow, how much?
Oh.
$45? Jim Miller said Sasaya list is $79.99. Where are you looking, Jim? Are you looking on Amazon?
He's looking in the secret spot.
Where are you looking for the Sasaya? Because wait a minute.
Chad?
Jim, here you go. Here's the link to the Sasaya that I think this is the link. On Amazon, it's 25% off. It's not 79. Or maybe, I don't know.
Chad would like to know. He said, okay, so I have a question back to when we were talking about Damascus blades. What kind of oil are you supposed to use to keep on Damascus blades to keep them from rusting or oxidizing? I keep plastic wrap around my domestic blades when not in use.
Oh, let's see. The Sasaya. Oh, it does say 79. You pay 59 with the coupon. Oh, well, somebody said 60 something. Okay, I stand corrected. Huh. Dude, I wonder if that's changed.
Dog One says I paid 62 total.
Okay, so Dog One paid 62. I was just doing the math off what somebody posted. Okay, so the Sasaya is 25% off of $79. Okay, still really, really darn good.
See, there's a little box right there.
The little box for 25%. I use a fine fingernail emery board for knocking those sharp corners off, said Katana Smith. Oh, yeah, that would work.
Did you hear the question I asked that Chad would like to know?
What?
Really? I'll let you read it. It's a long one.
Chad said, okay, so I have a question back to when we were talking about Damascus blades. Oh, yeah, dude, you can... You don't have to wrap it in plastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but he's asking what oils you're supposed to use to keep on the Damascus blades to keep them from rusting or
right.
box.
I'm getting there. I'm working on it. What?
Ugh.
I just so there's a couple easy things. All you got to do is mineral oil. You could just get the one drop of mineral oil in your finger and put that on the blade, and that'll protect it. D2 steel, same thing. It takes the slightest amount, like just barely, like one drop is plenty for your whole blade. Get some USP grade mineral oil because it's food grade, and that will last you a lifetime. Or you can use Wicked Wax or Gunny Clean, or you can also get some stuff from KPL, some blade protectant from KPL, which stands for Knife Pivot Lube. Chad said, I have BX food grade knife oil. Does this do the trick? Yeah, any kind of oil will do. You can use light ball bearing grease and wipe it down. El Medicine said, USP Penguin, baby. What do you think?
My head is itchy, and I don't know why.
Oh. Canuba oil or car wax on clean Damascus.
I just also ate a hair.
Gone Fishing said, I use cutting board oil.
Hi.
Yeah, and cutting board oil is pretty much food grade mineral oil. There you go. Experience Precision said, I recommend knife steel wax. It keeps fingerprints off as well and protects any knife steel. Kerplop said, I make wood wax with mineral oil and beeswax. Works great on blades too. Yeah, that's what I put on my cutting boards. It's a mixture of those two. Brian F. likes flints with ceramic coating for his high carbon steels to protect from rusting. Mrs. Beez, did you do a snack check?
No, but Jim Miller is asking for a fingernail check. which is ironic.
Oh, yeah.
Which
She's
is-
got some new stuff going on.
Which is ironic because I was just thinking, I'm like, do people really want to
oh,
see
yeah.
them tonight? Watch
Yes,
your
they
tootsies.
do. Good thinking, Jim Miller.
Watch your toes. So here is what my nails look like tonight.
Look at that.
And then this hand, ooh, is not handing very well. It's opposite. We're matching. I did them myself. They're not Color Street this go around.
They're the fancy
I
dip
tried my
stuff.
hand at the powder dip.
Yeah.
I'm sure none of you know what that means. And it is very difficult and it took me an hour to take off the old nail polish.
Mrs. OCD for EDC would appreciate that.
Tom says couldn't make up your mind, huh? Well, technically, it came in a color of 6. And I'm not a fan of my thumb. I don't really like glitter that much. But these 4, I wanted to know what they looked like. So I was like, well, I'll just do one on each finger.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, snacking on s'more cereal. I almost told you to go out and buy s'mores so we could make them before the show tonight.
Oh.
Thanks, Vicky. They're a little better than the first go around. They're definitely not as thick, but we'll see.
If you can, I can't
They
remember.
look like tropical Skittles.
Ha.
Ooh, that sounds good
Oh,
too.
yeah. Watch the Knife. This is the Kaiser Gemini that you were talking about. And if you can get this for $45, that is fantastic. It has a really nice, here, let me get you some texture vision. Look at the texture on the scales.
Nails remind me of Dexter's brother. When I read that, Dexter's brother, all I can think of is Dee Dee and Dexter's Laboratory.
I was getting ready to say, my stupid sister, Dee Dee.
Pastel Frostbite. Lovely and always classy.
The texture on the PEI scales is really good.
Looks like a fingerprint.
It is very textury. It's very nice. And you can't go wrong. Nitro V and the
I just
Kaiser
bought that
Gemini,
knife.
it's a fantastic knife. I have a collection of Kaiser Geminis. It's a really good knife. It's one of my most carried Kaisers. This is the one that I carried the most. This one right here, Kaiser
Just look
Gemini.
at it.
Just look at it.
Would you just look at it?
I mean, would you look at it?
Would you kind of just look at it?
Trying to turn this light down so I can show the scales on this one. Would you focus? There you go. This one has the burlap micarta scales. And then we have, but wait, there's more.
Always more.
But wait, there's more.
There's sometimes.
Then we have
more.
Mrs. Beez and I both have this one, the mini Gemini.
Oh yeah, I carry that often.
I don't know that these are available anymore. Mrs. Beez likes this one. This is a nice comfy carrier. And then there's this one that is a button lock Gemini with micarta. Everybody likes a little micarta in their life. And then here's one that I'll show you something cool. I know y'all like cool stuff.
Cool stuff.
Here's one that glows in the dark.
That's fun. I like those gold flecks.
So this one glows. Look at that. How's that for some glowing action? With the Raffir Noble scales that glow in the dark.
Those are fun.
How about that? A little bit of glowing. I think these are the only scales I own that glow in the dark. Brez said, look at it and all of its mininess.
Beez, what edge angle do you put on your Gemini?
I tend to usually I just kind of go around 17 on stuff. And then here is a titanium a titanium, what the heck? Frame lock
Watch City Knives.
I've had trouble with brands and all kinds of stuff tonight.
What? Bought that first one you showed for $35.99 at WMK a few weeks ago.
White Mountain Knives?
Was a deal of the day.
Wow, $40. Huge fan of glow in the dark stuff, said Kerplop. Here's a nice classy titanium. Dylan said, make it really bright and shine a UV light on it.
Your mom's really bright.
Your mom's really light.
UV light shining on.
You know, this Mrs. Beez, I've been showing them. Hold on, let me
very
find this.
close to this screen. Look at it. No,
Here's a link to the Woobin X4. This is a very cool flashlight. Look at all the features
Why
on
is
this
it
thing.
called Woobin?
It's the brand.
Like
Woobin is the brand.
I know, but who thought Woobin was a good idea?
It's probably some guy's name. Who knows?
Honestly, when I hear Woobin, I just think of someone with like a speech impediment who can't say their R's very well. So instead of Reuben, it's Woobin. That's what I hear every single time.
Which kind of sounds like poopin.
I know. He's not down here, so you can say it if you want.
Poopin.
His name is Reuben.
Reuben.
Now, I hope everyone, when you hear Woobin, you think of Reuben. Dylan says, China.
So it has a bleep feature for whatever color you have it on.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you turn it off, you turn it back on, you can get the double bleep feature with 2 colors.
Mm.
So you can have that when you're walking the dog.
I'm late to the cart check, but I was driving. I've been saving all my money for when the Work Sharp RMX drops. I've been nerding out about it for months.
I'm guessing he's talking about, that must be the name of the new Work Sharp knife. Work Sharp came out with their first knife. They're a sharpening brand.
I was going to say, isn't Work Sharp like a sharpen?
Mm-hmm.
Sharpening, sharp.
1,500 lumens of power.
Dwayne K says the Reuben from Arby's is a great sandwich. I saw a thing the other day, and it's like somebody was posting there like, how is Arby's still open? Who is purchasing Arby's? And in my mind, I'm like, us.
Us.
We like Arby's.
Christopher Whaling said, I have a bunch of Woobins, enough to make a Woobin sandwich. Asti Man said, Beez, what other affordable slip joint knives do you recommend that have a really nice walk and talk like the Little Grand? Love the Little Grand, but want something slightly larger. QSP has some good slip joints, but they have a very stiff walk and talk. Like if your finger was in the way when you closed it, it'd probably chop it off.
I think Arby's, tell me I'm wrong, I think Arby's has the best
Gyro?
mozzarella sticks
Mozzarella.
you can get.
That's how you have to say it. Mozzarella. Oh, I saw a YouTube short last night of how to make mozzarella, and it's not that difficult.
Do you need a cheesecloth?
Yes.
I figured.
We have cheesecloth.
Yes, we do.
Top Dog said Manly Wasp. Oh, yeah. The Manly Wasp has a really nice walk and talk, and it has S90V blade steel, baby.
A Woobin is 1,500 woomens.
1,500 woomens of power.
Arby's curly fries are good. I don't think I've ever gotten their curly fries.
Yeah, here's a good one. The Manly Wasp has a reversible clip. Nice walking talking. Just looked, and the new Workshop RMX knife is an integral.
Potato cakes?
Yeah, we had some good cheese sticks yesterday after we went to the range.
I mean, we waited for a while, and as we were sitting there, I'm like, this is going to be delicious, because it took forever. So I was like, they're making these bad boys fresh.
Fresh.
And we also got their orange creamsicle shake. It was okay. Could have been more orange creamily. I don't know what word that was. Sorry. Also, a hot take, but I love Long John Silvers. Do we still have Long John Silvers?
I think there might still be one around. Did some shooting at the range yesterday, the handgun.
That's not mine.
I had two offs. I had one right here where I totally pulled, and then this one right here I pulled. But other than those two pulls, that was my shooting with my Archon Type B Gen 2.
Newbie question: how does a slip lock work?
A slip joint? You know, I couldn't even explain. I don't even know.
I can't remember.
Can't even see.
the
There's
last
three.
time.
There's 3 holes in that one too.
I can't remember the last time I had Long John Silvers. Did you ever say yes? We still have them around us, or no?
I think there might still be. Oh no, I don't think there is one. I don't even know where one is. Yeah, I don't even know.
Thanks, Derek. How far away were you, Beez?
We were only 18 feet away.
Kinnick makes really great pews for a really good price.
So he asked us to shoot between the blue dots, and I didn't do too bad. And it wasn't taking your time aiming. It was going from position 3 to 4 shoot. 3 to 4 shoot. It's the first time I've ever tried that or practiced that. Didn't do too bad.
Slips don't lock. They can have stops. I love how you drew 2 red arrows.
Well, that's not the rest of the story. I was describing something. I was telling my brother that he wanted us to shoot between the 2 blue dots.
Oh.
So he knew what I was actually shooting at or aiming at. I definitely hit the guy's spine. Mrs. Beez did really good too. She shot in a nice straight line.
Until we got down to the 4 at the bottom, and I did really bad.
Well, the four at the bottom, those are tough.
And then another portion, he wanted us to, it was in the bottom square, he wanted us to shoot again as soon as you came back into focus.
Yeah. Shoot again, 3, 4. Shoot again, 3, 4. And I had this bad habit of holding it more upwards rather than flat. So I was going like this. I was kind of going, what did he call that?
Fishing.
I was fishing instead of going straight up like this. That's what I had to work on, because I tended to go like this. And I noticed when I held it, I have to, my wrists don't go like this. That's not natural for me. So I have to really force myself to do that.
What distance were we shooting?
It was 18 feet.
And how much did you spend on bullets?
Well, I bought a lot online, so we have a good supply.
Now, when I rent for class, oh no, they didn't give me any ammo.
No, the
I would have to purchase
the rental. The rental is free.
The rental is free.
Yeah. Yeah, my wrists. I'm not bendy, so I have to force. I have to force it to, but it definitely is a lot better when I do that. They spent $37,000, said Lee Ward.
Beez, I try to stay, brother, but I gotta go to bed. Gotta get up at 4 a.m. for you know what. Have a great weekend. Good night, Joe.
Raybo said that's how holes wind up in the ceiling. I mean, once I get up there, then I'm fine. It's just I need to make sure I'm straight before I go up. As the text slowly goes up and away to perish. Glock has a certain angle. Other manufacturers have other angles. No, this is just me. My wrists personally. See how my wrist cants up already? My wrists and joints aren't bendy.
Dog one said that because you didn't technically answer how much you spent on bullets.
Oh, well, I bought 1,000 rounds for, I don't remember how much. They ended up being, I think, 23 cents a piece.
I got 50 rounds for $12.
Oh, yeah. I have not tried hand loading.
What is hand loading?
Michael Lawrence said, Beez, I'm so excited. Going to get me a SIG AR this coming week. Ooh, wow.
What is hand loading?
Hand loading. That's where you reload your own bullets. You keep all the brass that's on the floor.
Oh, like repacking?
Yeah, you put a new primer in it and put new gunpowder and then a new bullet.
That's weird.
Jim Miller said, "Don't. It's addictive. If my dad has his arms out in front of him, he can't turn his wrists or hands out flat."
Neither can he.
Like what? See, this is how much my arms bend.
That's as far as I go.
My arms, I have to move my whole body to put my hand flat like this. It's an unnatural, very unnatural for me.
Can you bend your wrist that way? You would be a terrible server. Like you could not carry a tray.
Like right now, I'm moving my shoulder, my elbow and my shoulder. It doesn't go any further. I am not bendy.
He is not bendy. Chef says, "I'm here. I'm just eating some Jets pizza and Dr. Pepper Zero."
Dog one said range of motion.
It is non-existent. My dad can only go to thumbs in 90 degrees. What? My dad can only go to thumbs in 90 degrees. I shoot right-handed, but left eye dominant. I shoot right-handed, I'm right eye dominant.
Yeah, me and Mrs. Beez are both right eye dominant. I'm going to run upstairs real quick. Nothing like last week.
Also close one eye.
And actually, when I come down, we're going to prep.
Hashtag Beez bins.
We're going to prep the giveaway.
Does that mean I have to scoot over and screen angle?
We're not going as late today.
Hi. I like using my timer. When it beeps, I draw, take 3 shots, and holster. I'm just not that great. I can only rotate my hands if he can only rotate hands if thumbs are in 90. I mean, I can't really say much. I'm a bendy person. I just had 2 little ice cream sandwiches, vanilla ice cream. That sounds delicious. I went for a WALK after I got off work, and like halfway through, I started to get what I like to call the sugar shakes, even though it's not really the sugar shakes. Hi, James. So when I got home, I immediately pulled out the mini chocolate chips and was just like, bloop, bloop, bloop. And then I was like, you know what sounds delicious? A s'mores, because someone had a bonfire while I was walking. And I'm like, I want a s'mores. But we don't have graham crackers. So I got a tortilla, put some marshmallow fluff, then mini chocolate chips, and heated it in the microwave for about 10 seconds and rolled it up and I ate it. Delicious.
So I'm not going to take the time tonight to get the swag pack together, but you all know what BeezBlade swag packs look like, right? So there's going to be a nice big swag pack.
Trader says, I miss going to the range. Used to be in a league. And that made me so much better shot. Left hand, right hand, single. What? Left hand, right hand, single hand, double hand. So much fun.
Wow. Yeah, he was telling us tonight you graduate through different levels, and then you get to the point where you're shooting around obstacles and barrels and stuff like that.
So my question is, how do you acquire a badge? Just by completing something, or do you have to be the top person?
No. Like right now we're in foundations.
Correct.
Once you graduate foundations, that's where I think there's a 6.
Yeah.
You go pop, 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 pop. Then once you can do that, then you move to the next one. Then you get your patch. Let's see.
What would you do
for a Klondike bar? It's got that crispy cold and center. I always make up words. I have no idea.
That's why they say practice makes perfect. You could be worse shot when you start, but it won't be that way when you end.
Yep.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm really good, and then other times I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It definitely helps when you keep your eyes open.
I think you just hit some weird wall or something.
What do you mean?
Like I don't know. I think you got flustered or something, or it might have been too much booming, or I don't know. I think you just hit a wall.
I couldn't get the grip right. Like I started off fine, and then that's also the most I've ever shot. Because even when we went to the range last time, I didn't shoot that much.
Yeah, that's what I have in my hand, Dwayne K. Yeah. What was I thinking? Mrs. Beez used she was going to shoot the G43X, but it was still in maintenance.
Mhm.
So we were like, oh crap. So she went with the G19 again, since she'd used that before.
Mhm.
She's going to try doing some dry firing with my Archon.
I think I'm going to go smaller.
She did really good with my G42, and I think maybe we're going to check out some 380s and get her more used to it with the 380s, and then she can. The sky's the limit. We can just keep practicing. So I have here an entire giveaway package.
Well, look at that.
Did I do it right?
You already wrote stuff on here.
Dwayne K donated this Kubi and asked White Mountain Eyes if they would send some swag, and they sent a bunch of cool swag. So we have a brand new Kubi. Let me get to the knife cam here. Get down here on the knife cam.
Split and Slices says, Queen, you need to eat a little before going to the range, not 10 s'mores, maybe a ham and Swiss sandwich. Oh, yeah. I definitely need a snack before I do anything like that. Bigger 380s are great for recoil sensitivity, but not the tiny 380s.
I tell you what, she shot really well with my G42, and it's not very big.
Do you have a picture of it? Did you show them it?
Show them what? Your
Black words. Don't know words.
Your target?
Yeah, that's a word.
Let me see if I can
Show them my skills.
let me show you how she did with the G42.
Fear.
Yeah, check this out, people. She was doing the G19 or whatever, and then
No, I was shooting with a Hellcat.
oh yeah, she was using that.
I did not like the Hellcat Pro.
She didn't care for the Hellcat Pro. It didn't fit her hand. She didn't like the ergonomics of
I
it.
don't know. It just didn't fit right. Kind of like when you put a knife in your hand, you immediately know if you like it or not.
Yeah,
I did not like
she
it.
wasn't digging the Hellcat Pro, so she tried my Glock 42, and this is what she did with my Glock 42 from 6.7 yards. Look at this grouping, people. Look at that.
I think that's 10. 6 or 8 shots.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's at least 7. I think it's 7.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, look at that grouping she did with the G42. She needs to shoot that some more.
And that was like right before we left.
Michael Lawrence said he did. Yeah. 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 He did. That's a beautiful grouping.
Caleb says, I feel like a 380 is more snappy than a 9. I hate 380s. In all honesty, traded my 42 for 43 is way happier.
Yeah, well, we wanted to. She wants to try the 43. But honestly, my G42 that she did that well with, it shoots really well.
Splitting Slices says, here, Queen, take all the s'mores, cookies, Reese's you want. Just don't shoot.
Yeah. Could you, after a few more classes, I've already been, well, anyway, could you imagine if someone tried to break in at night?
Jim Miller says, women are so easy to teach shooting.
Yeah, I mean, my wife loves to fish. She loves knives. She's an excellent shot. She's the best ever.
I'm an okay shot.
Well, I mean, you have a lot to learn. You haven't shot that much. You're doing really well. You've only shot 3 times. So this is the swag pack that shut out the White Mountain Knives. You can anytime you buy something at White Mountain. Did you try
God's Caliber of 45 ACB? I don't know what that means.
He's talking about, did you shoot a 45? No, she hasn't tried a 45.
I did not shoot a 45, and I did not smoke 2 zigzags. Colt 45, 2 zigzags.
Oh.
I think that's how it goes.
Big shout out to White Mountain Eyes for sending this. This swag's going to go on top of my swag pack that I always put in, with all the cool accoutrement. But-
McRanger says, gotta say, I love my G43X, but there's something about my XDM that seems to shoot a little flatter.
What's everybody's opinion on Canix? Is it Canix? I think it's Canix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Beez, she didn't really get to handle many, but I hear a lot of people talking about Canix. Yeah, anytime you're going to go buy something from White Mountain Knives, you can use code Beez10 and get 10% off. But here is a Civivi swag pack. There's a nice big patch in here.
Canix have a good reputation.
And there's a White Mountain Knives patch, big thick one. And when I see this, it makes me think of a cookie. It looks like one of those, like a Christmas cookie. It's real thick. This top reminds me of icing on a big cookie.
You must really want a cookie because I don't see
I
it.
always want a cookie.
I
a
need
wee
to
knife
ship you a
patch.
swag pack. Beez envelope is getting full. Prado says.
Oh.
Love the Canic. Anyone fired a something chamber in the 7.62 times 39? I don't know what any of this
All you got to
means.
do is read it.
I did read
Has
it.
anyone fired the LWI Galil Gen 2 chambered in 7.62 by 39? I've
Alex
never
says,
heard of it.
I have no idea what that is.
Dwayne K said had a Canic and no problems. I've seen nothing but great reviews. Grim Drake almost got a Canic. That was his top choice in the striker fired.
Hi, Abigail.
Lee Ward said thought Beez wasn't showing the swag. I'm just showing the swag that was in this box. I'm not
He's
showing
not
my
adding
swag.
extra
I'm not
swag.
adding extra.
That'll
right
take
now.
another 72 years.
Yeah, and here is a big what do you call that? Paracord what you call it? Paracord thing. Oh, and it comes with a pouch.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
And it's a great way to stay in shape. So you can put all this stuff in here. Raybo said the Glock 29 is the best EDC.
Galil.
Galil is
Is
an
it-
Israeli assault PPU. I know nothing about guns and don't care to have anything to do with them myself, said Alex.
That's fair.
Caleb said, I have a Canix SFX9. Stickers. I need stickers, please, for the toolbox. Please, said it, okay? Ooh, Chad has a 1911. The 1920 is pretty cool.
Lee Word says Glock 19 is hard to beat.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. But, you know, I didn't even try it.
What? The one I
19. So here is the...
I'm on the edge says I make those paracord things too.
Hey. So this is, I can't remember the name of it and I can't read it right now.
Jacob says trying to like the video but not working. It's dark for some reason. Any suggestions?
It's dark for some reason. That is weird. I'm not sure.
She likes knives, check. She fishes, checks. Shoot well, check. Keeper.
Yes. So this is the knife donated by Dwayne K for tonight's giveaway. A brand new Kubi in Tiffany blue.
McRanger had a baby eagle years ago and it shot super flat.
The newer Canic MC9 Prime has received good reviews.
I'm not going to lie. I read that and I'm like, you had a baby eagle? My mind went,
Desert Eagle.
my brain went straight to a bird, not the pew pew.
Pew, pew. That's a hound, said Caleb, or no, said Jeff.
What happened to his mic?
Yeah.
His special ed forgot to put it back on.
Yeah, I just now put it on. The Kubi Hound.
Let's be honest, you don't really want to listen to him.
Brady said, they have the meats.
Sweats.
That's such a good color. I love baby blue, said Danston. Brand new Kubi Hound. Look at that. Raybo carries a P365 XL and an S&W 38. Don Miller said, I would carry that Kubi if I was lucky enough to win. Lee Ward said revolvers are great too. Some people shoot them way better.
What do you mean when you say it shoots flat?
You don't get a lot of muzzle rise.
Oh.
Mine, my Archon shoots flat because the barrel can't. When mine goes back, most Glocks and stuff like that, the barrel comes back like this and then back up every round. It goes like that. Mine goes back a little bit. It goes back like only about 6 or 8 millimeters, and it stays straight. So it doesn't have that added weight shift upwards. Mine just goes back like that. So that definitely helps. All right. So there's your giveaway. Thank you very much. Big shout out to Dwayne K for buying the last 2 giveaways, and then, let me slow down. Shout out to Scotty H for this bad boy, which I think it is very cool. I've carried it a couple times now. Showed this to my father-in-law. And then I have the other one in the box behind me, which we'll get out next week. Homer Feltez has been a member for 18 months with us. Super chat. Homer Feltez. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Beez. Just got home. No kids, but Dad took me out for supper. Well, very nice.
I like supper.
Let's see. Here's the entry video. Now's your last chance because I'm getting ready to pull it up. If you haven't already commented on the video. Derek, boy, do I need to talk to you, said Caleb.
Ooh, spilling the tea.
Dog One said, Beez, was there a separate swag pack with those Kaiser giveaways? The Kaiser giveaways were just the Kaisers.
Buffalo Boar 10 millimeter heavy HPs.
10 mil, those are big ones. Okay. Going
Best
back
friend
to the
said he's playing for Jim Miller.
Okay.
Oh my. That's an aggressive babe.
Yeah, it's an aggressive. All I did was post that. No words or anything. Just this is the entry video. I did that while we were sitting on the couch.
Oh.
All right, let me pull up this giveaway thing here. What's it called?
YouTube?
Random nose picker.
Ew.
Random nose comment picker.
Booger picker.
The booger picker.
My nose just got real stuffy.
Mine did earlier, then it went away, thankfully.
Mine always does when we're in the basement.
Like it did for like 10, 15 minutes and then it stopped.
10 millimeter hits like a truck.
I bet so. My 40 cal hits like a truck.
Did you tell him about the guy who was practicing with whatever cannon he was using?
Oh,
it was a bazooka.
Yeah, I don't know if we told you guys, but when we were at the range, the guy next to us had a bazooka.
Not really.
He had a 308.
It was.
My goodness gracious.
Woof. It's like you were standing right next to a firework.
Yeah. So you're getting ready. He was very kind, though. He was very nice.
He was very nice.
Because before he shot, he made sure we were in the process of reloading and not shooting. Because this 308, my goodness, the percussion from that thing was unreal.
Oh my.
We were shooting at about, I don't know, 8 yards. And when he would shoot in the lane next to us, our target would go whoosh, from the wind, from the percussion coming out of that 308.
Was this an outdoor range? No, indoor.
Indoor. He was shooting 308 at an indoor range, which you're allowed to, but my goodness, they go boom.
It was
intense.
It was something else.
Let's see. How can I? Pew 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 pew.
308 indoors is insane.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah, I'd be happy if that.
I mean, it was fun when he did it. Everybody kind of backed out of their lane and looked like, what is that?
Imagine shooting that in your hallway. How could you shoot that without ear protection?
If you shot that indoors, you would be deaf.
Like, it was loud with ear protection. I could only imagine.
Yeah, just the percussion from it was crazy. All right, paste. Filter duplicate users. Number of winners 1. Show random names.
Nick Ranger said, yeah, I had someone shooting a monster in the lane next to me and it shook my core every time they took a shot. Same. I feel like I flinched and closed my eyes every time it went off.
Oh
It
yeah,
was just like, ugh, ugh.
it was no joke. But I really appreciate that the guy wasn't a jerk. He made sure
Yes.
we weren't shooting.
Yes.
Because he knew that if you were trying to shoot when he did that, that you would just, hit the ceiling or something.
Or the floor.
Yeah, 308. That's a sniper rifle round. Okay.
Don Miller says indoor range, you always use earplugs, muffs, and just in case. Oh yeah, for sure. But like, I don't know. It's so loud.
Okay, here we go, people. Here's your giveaway. Ready? Go. We have 99. Anthony said we commonly have large calibers in Buds and Lex. 46 to 70, 458 SOCOM, 450 Bushmaster. Jeez.
Dale Lane says my mate's grandfather had an actual elephant hunting gun. Its shells were 1.5 times the diameter of a 12 gauge.
Oh my god.
You had to make your own shells.
Leo got a turtle today. I like turtles.
Congrats on your turtle.
Congrats on the turtle.
What kind of turtle is it?
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
What's your favorite part of the fair?
I like turtles. I like turtles. Look at all the comments.
Very
Stand by.
inconsiderate shooting large caliber indoor.
No, this range, the guy was considerate. He was very considerate.
And he didn't shoot it a whole lot.
No,
I think he was just trying to.
he was trying to break it in. It was brand new.
Yeah.
This range that we go to allows 308, no problem. They are equipped for it. Yeah, the guy was very nice. Look at all the names going by, people.
Could you imagine being on the other side of the range now when he started shooting in that room
Oh, I know.
without warning?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He was very nice to let everybody know, make sure they weren't shooting.
for us was Beez. What kind was it?
I don't know. It was a really tactical looking 308.
I like saw the bazooka.
This is Beez calls it a bazooka. Kevin Tuck. Congratulations, Kevin. He said, keep on trucking.
Cute peppers.
This is Kevin Tuck. Congratulations, Kevin Tuck. Are you in here? That's the big question. Kevin Tuck. Kevin Tuck. Are you in here? Congratulations.
AR-10,
I have no clue what it was.
large and in charge.
Kevin Tuck. Kevin Tuck. Are you in here?
Feels like somebody punched me in the thigh.
Kevin said hello.
Hey, hey.
Heyo. Congratulations, Kevin. Woo, woo.
What's his username?
It's Kevin Tuck is who it'll be from.
Okay, I'll just write that.
That's his YouTube name. Because if you look here, that's just the email. But if you go to his YouTube channel, it's actually that.
Okay.
I learned that the hard way when I couldn't find people's emails. So Kevin, what you do is email me.
Yay!
Make sure you put Kevin Tuck in the subject line and that you won today's giveaway. You must send a screenshot of your YouTube login page. I know what it looks like.
Ooh.
I've already verified
Sorry,
this
Bubs.
picture of your dog. Send a screenshot of your YouTube login page and then your mailing info, and I'll get it mailed out in 4 to 8 weeks.
I didn't know the dog was below me, so when I took my feet off the table, I startled him, and then I was moving my feet around him, and I kicked him in the head.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
He did not notice. He just laid back down.
Oh no!
Get some good sleep tonight, Beez family. I will, as long as I don't wake up at 4 o'clock again.
Coming over a bit, Miss Beez.
Hold on. I'm trying not to roll over the pups.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Congratulations. Good win. All right, I guess we're going to bed.
Gotcha, Michael.
Happy Friday.
I'll probably get to my emails Sunday.
I hope you have a good week. See, I stop talking when the other party in the room starts talking.
No, sorry, I'm multitasking.
I hope everyone had a good week. I hope you have a good weekend. Tell all your mothers, wives, sister-in-laws, mother-in-laws, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms in here. What I always like to say is, I hope your pillow is cold on both sides. I would love for you to purchase what's in your shopping cart. I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in his shopping cart and then hit purchase. So I don't have to do it. Anyways, have a great weekend. Be safe. Love you all. See you next week.
Yeah.
Will we be in a hotel next week?
Maybe. Yeah, we might. We'll probably be living from somewhere else next week.
We might be.
Where are the dogs going?
Hey, I told you to set that up. You said you had it handled. I did not think I needed to remind you about it.
Oh.
I can't ask my parents because they're also going.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. I'll have to see.
My cousin's getting married next week.
I might have to stay home Friday night.
What? Fine. We might be here next week.
Well, you won't. No, we still have the room. You don't have to stay.
And I'm going to spend my Friday before my birthday, not with the people.
Is it the Friday before your birthday?
Is
Next Saturday is the 19th?
Oh, no, the weekend after.
That's the 17th.
I am so sorry.
Your birthday's on a Monday.
Yes. I know. I need to look at a calendar. Hold that thought.
Friday is the 16th.
Do we have 2 weeks before? Oh, yeah. No,
Hey, Nate with the $20 hair super chat.
Yeah. Next Friday will be the Friday before my birthday on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My golly.
I'll see if I can figure something out.
Beez is in trouble.
Because our son works that night.
Mrs. Beez, I realize your fingers matched your shirt. Yeah, I'm wearing a fun tie-dye shirt. It's like a mild tie-dye.
Thank you. Hey, Nate.
Mild color. Anywho, I'll hopefully see you guys next week. If not, I'll be in the comments, I guess. Oh yeah, take mic off. Remove mic.
Remove Mike.
Who's Mike?
Who's this Mike fella?
I don't know.
Thank you, Hey, Nate. Kelly's Fish Mishmash said LMAO, May is a big month. Mine's next week also. Hey.
What day?
Caleb said, have a great night, y'all. Hope to see you Tuesday, 7 to 9 for that 500 sub giveaway, but enjoy the wedding, Mrs. and Mr. Beez. See y'all later. Have a good night. Thanks, Beez and Hive.
Thanks, Derek.
When's your birthday?
My birthday's Monday.
Yeah, Mrs. Beez is not next Monday, but
10 days.
10 days. Mrs. Beez is having a birthday, and I got to figure out what to get her.
10 days. I do kind of have a list. I just have to send it to you, I guess.
Okay.
Because you didn't listen when I told you verbally.
I mean, I got one thing that I heard that you wanted, but it's not a big thing. Michael Lawrence said, good night from the vice president of the Hive. Love you all.
Hi, Schmobon.
Terry T-Rex's is next week, the 18th.
What?
Yeah, his is the day before yours.
Hey,
I forgot.
Coworkers is the 18th as well.
How about that?
Look at that.
Hey, Nate said I could give her a knife. That'd be new. I've never given you a knife. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you being facetious?
Yeah, I was being facetious.
Oh,
You pretty much get a knife every holiday.
I thought you were being serious. I'm like, I don't think I've got one for my birthday, but I've definitely got one for Christmas.
You definitely got them for your birthday before. Ghost Keeper said, buy her a H&K or a SIG or a Canic or a, yeah, there's all kinds of options there, right? All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. I am going to stick to it because I have to get up early and I didn't drink caffeine. So maybe I will actually be able to go to sleep on time. Hey, happy birthday, Leon Netoyer. His birthday is tomorrow, which is very cool. I wish I could stay up later. I usually do. We're usually here till like 12:15, 12:30, but I have to work. So, you know, you got to work when you got to work on my day job, not my night job. I love you all to pieces. Thank you, everyone that donated. I really do appreciate it. It really does make a difference. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, I got a video coming out. Set it. Saturday morning, Beez video, 10 a.m. You got to watch it. So I'll see y'all soon. Remember, live life in the present. Keep a Band-Aid handy. And don't cut yourself.